you. Why are you standing there in plain sight? You need to hide. This place is not safe for the likes of you, especially after dark. Ah, I can see by your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place, looking for others to dispatch. He's out there, watching you from the shadows, creeping ever closer. Come here. You can hide with me. I'll keep you safe and sound.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Sorry for the couple-minute late start. We were doing a little tech gremlin, put him in the microwave. Welcome to Ethauntia, Campaign 2, Episode 2, Paranoia. It's going to be a good one tonight. We left this group off in a rough situation. You can see cards on screen right now. That's how you help them survive the show. I checked. What? Yeah, dude. You're on delay. It should be playing. Can you guys hear me live? Please tell me you all can hear me. Yeah. Thought so. Drew was saying he couldn't hear me in the background, but I knew I was working. He forgot there's a delay. So anyway, as I was saying before my speech was rudely interrupted. If you don't know how the Streamloot cards work, this is what you do to kind of help everybody on the show. They are in a dire circumstance right now. Everybody besides Allie's character and Reiki, our lovely velociraptor-like friend, are the only people who do not have the disease right now, at least as far as we know. So if you want to pick up cards to help out the show, you can either do it through picking up cards or even subbing gets you 2 card packs for the month. We'll be starting here in just a little bit, but how about a little more ghosty time? everybody. I saw some new people join in. Also, thank you to Storm Bunny for gifting packs to the group and to the show. That is awesome. Feel free to pick up your gifted packs on the Streamloot page. If you go in there, you see a little part that says gifted, and you can snag some of your own cards to play during the show. We do our best to call everyone's names out during the show when we're playing and using cards. But reminder to everybody as we get into the last 3-minute stretch here, this is a rated R show. Rated R. And the one that we're doing right now is very close to the thing at heart and in feeling. We're paying homage to a horror movie. And I'm talking 80s rated R. Like, you know, there's going to be some shit that's unsettling. I promise that. Yes, it's rated R for rad. I mean, restricted. If you're not used to my show, I'm going to say the same thing I've said since I started this on Norse Foundry 3 years ago. In the upper right-hand corner on a PC, Mac, that's your own problem, there's a little X button. At any form and at any time, if we are offending your sensibilities or you just need a break, you could click that button and guess what? We go away. It's a magical thing. You have the power to do it all on your own. So just as a reminder, this is going to be a horror show that you signed up for. I hope I don't trigger you, but if I do, there's your X card. You can click it. Now, I am excited to bring our second episode today. It is going to be a doozy. I have no plans on killing anyone, but I can't promise they come out the end of this adventure the same as they went in. Yeah, in the words of Todd, mark your bingo cards. I need to make an Ethauntia bingo card. Note to self. Y'all ready for this? We left this party in a situation similar to the thing, but not identical. They have started to research what this creature, this thing is. And in the Spooktacular, in case you missed it, Diane and Adam joined us as Clem and Clara, these two creepy little sinister creatures? Dolls? I don't know. Diana ate somebody. Doesn't matter. That's a new bingo mark right there. Did someone get eaten? Is this Yellow Jackets? So as that happens, They're also in the house. And I told Diana and Adam that they were in the house. And I talked to them a little bit on Monday about it. And I told one of them that they are also infected. So I got a private message to them, which is important. Because that means that I have to start with Allie on screen when we come back, because they're going to wake her up in her sleep. I'm sorry, Allie. I'm really sorry. Is the one non-infected person. Well, everybody, what could go wrong?
Hi. Uh, you know, a little bit. I got dice ready to roll. I do. I do have a new hair braid. It's very heavy. Okay.
A cold, clammy something touching your side of your face. I know, I already fixed it. And as you kind of like look to your right and expect there to be like a cat or a creature or a pet curled up next to you, it's just the child sleeping upside down with its feet on the wall and her head resting next to yours. And her cold nose is resting against your cheek, and she's stroking your braid, and she's pulling hairs out of it one at a time, and she's saying something in a language you don't know.
Oh. That's great. Was it Clara?
And she sinks through the bed. You hear scurrying across the floor, and there's a book laying next to you.
I'm going to rub the sleep out of my eyes a little bit and take a look at what this book is.
It is a leather-bound book, stitched shut. Like, if you're looking at like a closed book, the two covers are stitched through around the three sides to hold it closed.
Oh, that's weird.
It smells wet.
Serving hands.
It smells wet.
Wet.
Oh, I hate that. Could I roll a nature check to try to figure out the material or anything about this, or a lore?
Yeah, yes.
Mountain lore.
No, unfortunately, no. It is not mountain lore. It's a cult, or occult for the fans of the show.
Okay, so that's not going to be the best, but it's not the worst. That is going to be for a nature roll.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17.
Nature, this flesh is definitely not an animal. It's closer to human. Or humanoid.
Okay. Does it look like it's possible to open at all?
Well, you could probably use a knife to cut the sutures that go around that are made of like a ligament. They're like white and sinewy.
Oh.
Are you picking it up, or are you just kind of doing it while it's sitting on the bed next to you?
I think that if I were to pick it up, I would make sure that I like had like a sheet around it. Probably start to like hoist it.
Did you
and
like get up
wrap
and go like get your gloves? Because you're sleeping. You're obviously not wearing you're wearing warm blankets and stuff, but I doubt you're dressed to the nines in your armor.
No, I definitely wouldn't be. I would more likely just like grab one of the blankets off the bed.
Yeah, so when you grab it and you pull, have you ever had like night terrors, or where you pull yourself off the sheets and they kind of follow with you from sticking to you? That is what the book does when you peel it from the sheets. And there's like a...
Ooh. I really hate that.
There's
I hate
a stain
that a lot.
on the bed. It's like a greenish yellow stain.
I'm gonna call out for Clara.
You hear giggling somewhere in the upper floor, on the second floor.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bundle this creepy book up, and peek outside of my room.
Okay, well, with that, I'm going to paint in, or give us the darkness away so you can see. And I'm also going to change the map. So you're on the second floor. You're in one of the rooms. You should be able to see the second floor now. I put the first floor is on the left. The second floor is on the right. So everybody who's using the map can tell what's what. There is a couple spots you can sleep. I'll move you around. You let me know where you want to be. I'm not going to force where you're sleeping. And it is semi-important where you're sleeping, but not like life or death kind of thing. Just so I know like where other people are. So let me grab you, Allie. And we'll add your token to the map. Okay. So that's you. This is the bathroom. Next to it, there's a tub in there. There is a bathroom off of it, and there is a room in here that's got like a small dressing area. It's one of the master bedrooms. It is unoccupied. Next door, there's a bed with a small bathroom, which is probably the closest to a window if you said you're looking out a window. On the opposite side of the house, there's also this room. It's got a small a double bed for people to share. It has the bath in there as well. And then there is one on the far east side of the house as well. Whoops. I don't know where I just put you. You just disappeared from me. Oh, there you are. You didn't move.
Hi,
over
see
here.
me?
Yep, I see you. Over here, there is another room If I can grab you, thank you. In the northeast, up here, and there's a small mattress on the floor in there. This looks like it's like a makeshift extra area, and a bathroom attached to that. So between those three, you could be anywhere up there, or you could be sleeping on a couch on the first floor if you want to be nowhere near a bed. But I highly recommend probably sleeping in a bed versus sleeping on a couch downstairs.
Yeah.
That probably hasn't been used in X amount of ages.
Let's see. So I believe you said that this one over here is the one that had the window.
Yes.
Over here. Okay. I think that Georgia doesn't really like being like indoors, so at least having a window nearby makes her feel a little better.
Okay. So in this room, there's a few things that as you go to look out a window, the desk in front of you has a bunch of books that are there. I'm going to switch the map that we're on to what the place looks like when you wake up. Anything that is stuffed or reliquary, you'll see that the eyes are glowing on in this eerie green. And the right-hand side of the room you're in, there's a small eel with wings on the side that are folded up and kind of go over the top of the ceiling, almost like a canopy, and its eyes glow and are looking at you when you're woke up in the middle of the night.
Wonderful. Could I do a nature check to see if I know what kind of like any information about that?
It's just a sky eel. No rolls required. It's just a sky eel. It's basically anything that was ocean based is also for all intents and purposes flies now. And for the audience, so you can see it, I'll pull this on screen as well.
This card.
As soon as the card's
based
gone.
on what I know about Raimundo,
he is a fetterer, and he fetters souls to taxidermy.
And this is watching me, but it hasn't made...
It doesn't move. It's pinned to a wall, but it is looking at you.
I'm going to hold up the book in its sheet and just look over and just kind of say, oh, you don't happen to know anything about this, do you?
Unless you make contact with the reliquary and touch it, you can't summon the spirit inside of it.
Okay. I think I'm mostly just talking to it.
Okay, it doesn't respond to you then.
Yeah, no, the same way I'll like talk to my cat and be like, what are you looking at? That's sort of like not expecting.
Who would you go and look for? I know before everyone went to rest, you talked about going to make a medicine check and checking things out the next day. And we haven't done that yet. I wanted to give people a chance to take their rest. The next morning, you could do it, or later this evening, you could do it. And now that you think about it, you don't even remember laying down to go to sleep.
Oh, fuck that. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm knowing what I know from last session. I don't know if I would necessarily trust talking to anybody about it.
Okay. Can I get a will save?
Yeah, absolutely. Will is going to be that's a 24.
Okay, audience, can I get a D4 from you? 24. You wake up cold. You feel like you've slept, but there's something odd. There is a book in your hands, wrapped in like a pillowcase, not in a blanket. You don't remember doing it. And when you get up and look down, there is like a red stain on the pillow next to your neck. You've lost 1 hit point. And you hear giggling and the sound of a child running through the house.
Okay.
I saw Todd's face in the background.
Fucking Clara. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dump out whatever was in the pillowcase onto the floor in the middle of the room.
It is that same book you were dreaming of.
I'm going to just... Yeah, I'll cut into this one.
Okay, so you start snipping it. Are you going to make your way to anyone's room? To the group? Are you going to look for anybody? Or are you just kind of doing this on your own?
I'd go to Redgar.
Okay. Redgar, where would you like to be in the house, buddy?
In the room right next to hers, the small one with the small bathroom.
Okay.
Just south of the kitsune, as it is directly across from the armory, it looks like.
I'll put you on the map. And, you can put yourself where you want. Okay, so you guys are joined by a hallway then. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you walk your way over to him. I will bring you up with a map so everybody can see it. As you make your way
What time is
over, right now you could still be up if you want. She didn't go to sleep on her own. Everybody has been researching and doing the stuff we talked about the night before. We've all had the conversation we had last episode, but you didn't go to sleep yet unless you wanted to. It would have been your choice. You did not get coaxed by a vampire to go to sleep.
God. Oh, so it's still the evening of the night before.
Yep. It's just dark out now, darker than it normally is.
I would probably actually be in this room then, because one of the things he's working on right now is he's going to spend some downtime to do some alarm snares.
Oh,
so we
okay.
can set them up outside of the base, so if anything is coming towards us, it's a chance to trip it and tell us where it's coming from.
Okay. So you're working on
So
like
he's
snares
prepping some of
and
those.
getting things prepped
Yeah.
and ready and using some monster parts and some other things for it. Okay. So as you make your way to him and walk through the hall, you pass this next one. It is a fox with different colored tails off of it. Its eyes follow, the snout moves a little bit, but the body doesn't move on it.
Okay. Eric, I have a question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
as
that's
I'm
what here
walking
for.
through this hallway, I'm curious to see if any of these animals in particular are particularly rare, endangered, and potentially poached.
That would be really hard to know, like, unless you ask
Okay.
the guy. Like, is anything like a one of a kind? No, they all look
Yeah.
like they are amalgamations of common animals that they have stitched together
Okay.
to make these grander taxidermy representations of rare creatures.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha,
what I
gotcha,
would
gotcha.
say. And some of them are sculptured and not taxidermy. Like this big one that's in the stairwell, that is a taxidermy and a statue.
Okay, awesome. That's really cool.
This
I
one
love
here
that.
is bones from some form of like mammoth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, by the way, we can ping now for those who don't know.
Oh, neat. Oh, it makes
It
a little
matches-
ringing sound.
Yep, and it matches the color of the show, just for those who didn't know that yet. So we have a way to ping now.
How do you do it?
Just hold down left. Just hold down left trigger. Yep, that's it. So with that, you make your way to your brother. Walking through the halls, you hear footsteps again. You hear the sloshing of water as you round this corner from over here. You hear like sloshing of water in that sink area to the east.
Okay.
When you look down the hall, there is definitely a presence in there. It is a little blurred, but when you make
Okay.
eye contact, it goes away.
Okay. I'm gonna ignore that.
Okay.
Not my home. I respect it.
Okay.
I respect whoever's here.
Okay.
I will go
Well-
towards my brother.
You make your way to your brother. What are you bringing to him? What are you talking to him about?
I'm going to slop the book onto the floor and go, seems like I got a little present while I was sleeping.
What's that? Whoa.
Yeah,
The fuck
Yeah.
is that?
I don't know, but just be glad you didn't have to bunk with it.
Right. Is that moving?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out
Is
what
that
looks like
moving?
it was at one point my clan dagger, but
Sure.
it has kind of been sheathed out of respect for the clan.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just going to say, okay, cover me. And I'm going to go ahead and cut into it.
Well, Covery, hang on. And he'll pull out his clan dagger and like get ready to just staple this
So you
fucking book
start-
to the ground if he needs to.
Snipping them. Okay. Well, as you start cutting it away, I'm going to ask our other two where they are in this whole mess of things. I don't know if they have been setting up to do anything, if they are working on their own plans and researching stuff, or if they are both asleep. That's really what it comes down to. So let's bring the other two over. Kelly, Todd, it has been a weird day. You fought creatures during the Spooktacular. Those transferred into our first episode for the season. And Yeah, people are infected. According to two people have shown up that you have been in the darkest house with. The twins are running around the place. One of them is still alive. The other one seems to be tethered to a book. Nothing is as it was when you left the darkest house. What would the two of you be doing? It's probably around like 9 p.m. She said she was going to go make a medicine lore and kind of look over things and see if she could figure out what was going on. You have not heard from Georgia.
Burke is probably very tired. A long ordeal, but
Yeah, fighting, everything else.
he's also not used to sleeping in comfortable beds either, so he might be awake yet and probably looking into the library to see if he could find some information about what's going on with their infections.
Okay. So you're on the first floor then. So let me slide us over to the first floor.
Split the party immediately.
Hey, it's a big house, as you mentioned last time, too. There you go.
It's a big house. We need teleporters from one side to the other.
They're really not,
Or a
though.
rail
It's,
system.
it's just that there's more rooms than normal at 5 foot squares. And where would Maria be if Burke is in the library?
If he's in the library, splitting the party, I'm gonna probably, unless things have changed, I'm probably actually gonna be either in this kitchen area here, either in the kitchen or this like storage area here.
Well, I'll put you down.
because,
Put yourself where you'd like to be.
Um,
You have not
Yeah.
seen Raimundo. He went to bed. He did say, I'm getting sleep. Lysynthia is sleeping in the den area right to the west from where you came in.
okay, well, I don't see myself on
You're in the
here.
upper right-hand side.
Upper right-hand side.
Ta-da. Your map, first floor is on the left, second floor is on the right, all the way to the left. I put you in the foyer.
Not seeing anything on my map. The only person I see on the map right now, Eric, is Georgia.
Other side. Scroll left.
Yeah, I know. I scrolled left. I'm now on the first floor. I don't see anything on the first floor.
All four of us are on there. You might have to refresh.
All right, I'm gonna refresh.
That's weird. You should be able to see. Well, anyway, I put you in the lobby.
Close tactical mode.
Hey, I could just close tactical mode and reopen it. That could be the problem because I'm using the darkness imprisoning me.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna grab like a fucking ottoman or something and
Sure.
set it up in here. To,
Okay.
Like, kind of catnap because this is where the thing like busted in and started breaking the door and stuff.
Yes.
And it looks like so far everything else has been either snowed in or nothing broken through it. So
The
knowing
snow.
that this is like the unguarded area.
Yeah, the storm is still going on. I'm assuming you guys have boarded that up and kind of closed the window off. You can see through the other panes, but you've closed some of it off. And yeah, it has been still snowing. You do see the ether storm and the lightning going through. A lot of the devices that people have to communicate using the ethereal aren't functioning right. There is an ether graph here to like send messages to the next major sister, like between the three sisters, but it's not working here. And you actually have to go out to the lift. There's like a little 10 by 5 area where you would wait for the lift to come down in the cold. And there's a ether graph in there that sends up and then it follows the gondola lines.
Okay.
But it's not functioning. And that's what Raimundo told you. You haven't checked it, but that's what he told you. And you do know during ether storms, this stuff usually doesn't work right.
Right.
So you set up in there. You can hear Lysynthia snoring. In combination with that is Reiki's teeth chattering and snoring, as they are both sleeping in that den right next to you.
Ugh. All right. Well, it is what it is.
Are you doing
So,
anything else?
For right now, since it's 9-ish, I'm gonna keep watch for a little bit longer.
Okay. So you keep watch. Burke, what are you researching then back in the library?
I want to find information on perhaps not cure-alls, like a treatment that would affect a broad range of illnesses, so that we can be sort of prepared for anything. Something
Okay.
that would be like effective against infections.
Okay. As you pull out a lantern and set it down and light it in the room, you see an oversized dove. It looks like it has been stretched. The feathers are thin. Its eye is glowing. Its head actually moves in the room and watches you as you're setting up to research. You know, again, fettered spirits into things can be spoke to if you know how to do, and you can speak to them. This isn't technically the day of the week where it just functions. You would have to use magic to do so. But who knows? His things might be different. He did say he was doing advanced research. If you're going to do research on this, I have a challenge down for doing research if you want to give me a roll towards that.
Sure. What would you like me to roll?
Your choice. However you want to research is really what it comes down to. Are you doing occult? Are you doing medicine? Are you doing religion? Or like, it's really up to you how you want to research it.
I think Burke's a little more nature inclined, so maybe he wants to find some sort of, I don't want to say all natural remedy, but like something that
You want ginseng tea?
Yeah, right. Like maybe there's something that he could cobble together using ingredients that are local.
Okay. I mean, hard to find on the winter, but there might be some in the stores. Storage, I should say.
Oh, this is like, we got stores around here?
Okay.
Okay, so this will be a nature check. We're looking at a 19.
19's pretty good. That's one towards the victory point condition. I had started it last time. We're still going into it right now. There is a couple of things you could do. There are ways you could slow infection. There's some like blood agents that you can use to help with that. If it is a disease that moves through blood. If it's a pathogen that's breathing, wrapping your face in wet cloth helps a lot. It doesn't work for long duration, but for short duration it would. But the thing that is weird about this is he told you were all infected, but none of you got hit or wounded by it. Only the twins ever actually made physical contact with it, even with the spooktacular. No one actually got hit. Yeah, people have been getting ill. That's the thing that's weird.
Yeah. Could I make some sort of check to see if I could figure that out? As a player, I have an idea, but I don't know if Burke would just like make the connection. What's
your idea? That's totally fine with that. I'm fine with just whatever Todd's idea towards it is. Is there something you would like to look into? I mean, we are our own characters to a certain point.
I would like to test any remaining stew or perhaps the dinnerware.
Okay, so would you go to the kitchen to grab something out of the pot, or would you go back to where Maria currently is, where there's the old bowls with food in it?
I would go there.
Okay. We'll move you across.
Directly.
Yep. Just move yourself across to where she's at, so I'll put you both in the same scene.
Bounce the idea off her.
All right. So you walk in, sure enough, that big table got pulled back out. You ate on this table. The bowls are still there. No one really cleaned up. Everyone was just exhausted. It's one of those we'll fucking handle it in the morning, right? There is stuff still there. What would you like to do? Before I cut to the cousins. I mean, the siblings.
Yeah, I haven't been able to rest in this kind of luxury in a long time, so it's not easy. Sleep's not coming to me. I've been thinking also about how we were told that we were all infected somehow. And I was thinking perhaps, since not all of us came in direct contact with the creature, there may have been some other way that it could have been spread to us. And I'm thinking maybe this dinner we all ate.
If we are infected, maybe some spittle or something got in, or one of the Raimundo subconsciously did something? I mean, yeah, do you need to test? I don't have a lot, but... And I pull out my alchemist toolkit.
With that,
Oh,
if one wants to aid the other, you can. I will allow a passive for this or a roll. Your choice.
Are you doing... What type of role are you doing, Todd? Are you doing nature? Or...
If it's
I
alchemy
can.
kit, it's alchemy. It would not be.
Oh, okay.
It would
So
not
it'd
be
be
nature.
crafting.
It'd be
Maybe
crafting.
crafting? Okay. Well, so I pulled it out in case he wants to do any, like,
Sure.
testing, but otherwise, if you want...
He would have to have a new way to make a nature check after already making one. So new information, a book or something along those lines. Or you can try a different skill like crafting, because that has not been attempted yet. But you
So I
can't
have
use
a-
the same skill unless something has
Right.
changed.
I mean, due to the nature of what I do, I can
Yeah.
test some of this stuff for you if you want, Burke, and then let you know the results.
So do you want to
yes.
do you want to do a passive, or do you want to do a roll? We do have +2 passive focus cards, so if you think you'd rather do a passive, you absolutely can.
So, if I do a +2, that gives me a passive, like, alchemical crafting of 21.
That's up to you.
And I can give you a +1 for an aid.
Okay, then let's do that.
Okay.
Just because
We'll use Androside's passive focus for a +2 to the roll.
I wanna save these for when shit goes.
So that gives us our first threshold hit. Whatever this is, it is not something that is passed through contact or food. There's nothing in the meal that Raimundo prepared that would do that. And with that kind of information, it shouldn't be a physical infection.
Yeah, Burke, the food.
There was a lot of fort saves made last time.
I mean, the food's clean. At least alchemically, it doesn't look like anything got like slipped in or like any pathogens or whatever.
I think pathogen's a word they had in the 1800s, but sure, we'll go with
Well,
it.
it's my inner Norse slipping
Infectant?
out. Yeah, they didn't have any like weird infectants. Like, I mean, I thought maybe Reiki might have done something because he's just I don't even know what he is. But keepers were mentioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if it's some sort of magical thing that got put in this. Hold on a second. I'm going to use my feat of arcane sense to
Okay.
cast detect magic.
How does detect magic work in this one? And I'm gonna bring the whole cast in here in a second when you do this.
Take a look. Detect magic.
Pathogen came into use in the late 1800s. So it's
Oh,
kind of
huh?
a
Perfect!
parallel time frame.
It's perfect for her to know those
Just throwing
words.
out those like, just throwing out those 5 Gale words like. Ooh.
Right. That's why everyone wants me on their Scrabble
Holy
team.
shit!
That's
Oh,
the real reason Maria's in the material.
that's just throwing 5 Gale words out left and right. Just real smart. Real smart. Went to that Thunderstruck Academy, let me tell you what.
So for detect magic, it is a cantrip level 1.
Okay.
Concentrate, detection, manipulate. 30-foot emanation.
Okay.
I send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. I receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. I can choose to ignore magic I'm aware of, such as items or ongoing spells of me and my allies. I can detect illusion magic only if that magic's effect has a lower rank than my rank of detect magic.
So your rank of detect is 3 for
my-
conversation?
Rank for this one, I think, because we're level
This
3, I
feat
think it'd be
caps
2.
it.
Yeah, well, no, the feat says like it's capped by my proficiency in Arcana, I believe. So for right now, it's a rank 1.
Gotcha.
So yeah, items that have an illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance are typically detected normally. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of focus and concentrate. Like I said, it doesn't really tell me like what it is,
So-
so I can try and roll Arcana for it. But
I'll give you a bird's eye view for how this looks for your character. So as you look around in the room, things that glow are any of the creatures with the green eyes. The fettering magic is prominent. That's the first thing you kind of focus out in your specialty and look around. Then there is a trail in the air that is highly seen around the nostrils of people and the mouth. So when you look at Burke, you can see this glowing eminence coming from him as he's breathing. It's also in the air, but it's dimmer in the air around. Anyone who is in here, sleeping or not, does have this. With a little bit of work, if you want to go to everybody in the house, you can kind of see where the magical potence is the strongest.
So kind of like, and this is how I'm envisioning it, kind of like Witcher 3, when he's like...
The sense thing? I think that would be a good representation kind of, visually. It's a weird, ethereal-ish, like purple and crimson.
I was gonna say, I think part of it is purple just because of Maria's innate magic.
Maybe
kind of.
Because it doesn't tell you schools anymore, because there's no schools of magic anymore.
Right. I mean, I'd have to roll or whatever, but I think I think if you'll let me, I'd like to try and roll Arcana to just see if I can get a sense of what.
No, absolutely. Arcana's totally fair. Yeah, absolutely.
And then after that, I can be like, hey, help me find the source.
Sure.
So then my Arcana.
Orbs. Star Drew says orbs. Orbs.
My Arcana is only a 15.
Okay. It looks like it's magical. You don't know where it's from. You'd have to do more research. We are currently at our first threshold has been unlocked. There are 2 more as you do research towards this, which brings us to everybody on cam.
Okay.
So upstairs, the book hits wet. I need to know if Georgia and Regdur are cutting the book open.
Yeah.
Who's cutting it between the 2 of you?
She is. She said she was already.
Oh, he's like, not I.
Not
me.
me. Not fucking me.
It was her.
I'm standing over it like
it was her.
This, waiting to staple it to the floor if it starts to like fucking eat somebody.
I zoomed out as far as I can for this to see if I can get the full map on screen for the audience.
Oh no, why?
Because
the whole map.
As much as I can, not just the parts I like.
Only
it is dark. Map. It's very dark. So as you cut the first couple of ligament threads, you hear the thing, thing, thing. It hits the last one. There is the sound of a clock that strikes in the house when you cut the 3rd cord. It is not on the hour right now. Do you continue cutting?
Nope. No.
Fuck is that?
I don't. Clara.
Georgia, what the fuck is going on?
I have no idea.
All right, hang on. And he goes and like literally puts a pin in what he's doing so that the springs and the spoils don't like
does that fucking explode?
Like taps it into the top of the barrel. It's like, all right. Okay, so where did this book come from again?
I think that Clara left it in my bed, and I woke up, and it was here again, and she was...
So you don't know a vampire ghost of a child put it in your bed, and you thought, maybe I'll open it.
Is that the start of a joke? A vampire ghost and a child?
Yes, everyone walks into a bar.
It's the one person.
Oh,
Georgia. Okay, look. He's gonna get down closer to it and like, is it making any sound?
when you get within, I'd say, an inch of it with your dwarven ears, you hear wet whispering.
It in a language I understand.
I would need to know your languages to answer that question correctly.
I speak Moldovan.
No.
Moldovan, Dwarven, and Hollow.
No, none of those.
All right. Not much that I'm used to. Can I identify the skin?
Yeah, you can make a roll if you want. It'd be a cult.
I have to make an occult roll?
You have to make an occult roll.
Not
Occult.
occult.
Not occult. Occult.
Occult.
There's no occult in this
I'm-
game. Only occult.
Yeah, occult. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
I'm
it's
not
very
trained
important.
in it.
Well,
not trained in
you're
it,
not
so-
trained, then you won't even be able to make the check. So don't even roll.
Okay.
Is Georgia trained?
Yes.
Make me
Georgia's trained in
an
occult.
occult.
Mhm.
Yeah, give me a roll. Let's see what you get and how happy you are about what I'm going to say.
Oh, you mean how incredibly upset I'm about to be? Let's find out.
Probably. She's like, I know I have a D20 in this bitch somewhere.
No, that's a 10.
That is not great. Georgia, for those who haven't seen the show so far, you got a couple options. You could come up with a superstition and get yourself a hero point. You could use a patch, or an audience member could give you a patch. The other option is you could use one that's already in existence, but we are currently in a building and we've had no superstitions made while in a building yet that are permanent.
I think the superstition. Ooh, you've got one?
Nope, has to be the person. No one can hear you. No one can hear you. You have to make it though.
Yeah, so I think that the superstition, because you said it's like 9 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm curious about this book right now because
It's currently
if
9:13 technically.
Okay. If you read a book in a room with another person after midnight, it's supposed to be bad luck.
But it's not after midnight, it's before.
I know, that's why I'm in a hurry.
But you just said that it's after midnight, but the superstition has to be in effect. You can't make one for future proofing. That's not how super now.
Okay,
It has to be right now. You're not in the scene with this part. No, don't help her. Nah, you can't. No one can hear you.
Okay,
It's just
okay.
me and her, Drew. Me and her right now. It's me and you.
Let's
me and
say
you. Listen,
that the
helicopter brother.
superstition. Okay, it's going to be an old superstition, which is apparently if you if you have somebody use your skin to bind your diary after you die, you can come back as a baby.
Okay. Let me rephrase this in a way more fucking manageable
I'm making
fashion.
folklore. I'm making folklore. Okay, let's say.
I say if you're gonna say it has something to do with when you die, if your skin is made into a book, you can be reborn as a child. I think we're gonna back it up. I think if your skin is woven into a book, you're not gonna like this, Allie.
Oh no. Okay.
You can possess the next
Oh no.
born child that hears the story.
Ooh. 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 I actually love that.
Now I have echoes from somewhere. There we go. You have a hero point. Go
Yep.
ahead and roll.
All right, let's do this.
I think she yelled so loud
Sorry.
that her mic picked up her headphones. Hey, Allie, how much better is that one? Does Georgia feel better?
It's the exact same roll.
This skin is unnerving. It's wet but dry. It flakes, but liquid comes out between the little skin particles. This isn't something you've dealt with before. You have no idea what it is. Do you finish cutting it
there.
open?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm getting really, really, really bad vibes from this book, and I think
No
maybe
shit.
it would be best. Yeah. Should we go see if we can find the others and if they know what the fuck this is?
Maybe. Why don't you put it back in the fucking pillowcase where you got it from?
Yeah, okay, in you go.
Are you touching the book, Allie? Is that what I just saw? You pantomiming touching the book? Is that what I just saw?
Well, I was cutting it, so I guess I've been touching it.
I didn't know how you were doing it, but you pantomime touching the book? Which means...
I mean, I've been very...
She's
I
picking it up
need-
like a poop bag.
Oh, will save.
I'm switching fucking dice for this one.
Hey, man, dice ain't gonna save you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can roll digidice if you'd like.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
That's good. You hear the same whispers that your brother heard. As you pick it up and put it in the bag, it gets louder until it goes in the bag, and then the sound is gone.
Sounds like a Murloc accent.
Where are you? You taking it to the party? Are we all going downstairs? Is that the deal? All right. As you make your way through the house, down the stairs are wet. They make like a slurping noise. Like, so you ever went to an old house and the ceiling was leaking and the carpet sinks and the boards bow? That is what it feels like. It did not feel like that walking up here. Would you please move yourselves towards the rest of the group? They're on the opposite side of the house, downstairs. But before you can leave the parlor, please put yourself in the landing area. Put yourself somewhere in this room.
Oh, downstairs?
Yep.
So I guess. Right
Whichever stairs you come down on that spiral kind of split. When you get to the last step, it sinks. And the pillowcase touches the floor. And it sticks to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Behind you, there's a trail of liquid that has been leaking out of the bag.
Ugh.
Would I have seen that when we were walking down?
Did not notice it until you got to this last step. Because everything's been wet the entire time. You just notice the bag is sopping wet at the bottom now.
But like the whole upper floor, the carpeting, everything was wet the whole time?
Anywhere there was carpet was wet. And it was not earlier.
Hey, Eric?
In a world where water is rare.
Yeah.
Could I try some bullshit?
I mean, we are playing a tabletop RPG and Drew is present.
Okay. So what I would like to do is use my reaction of this book starting to fall to cast.
We're not in combat. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. Well, it's a reaction spell, Gentle Landing.
Oh, what's that do?
Which is, you raise a magical updraft to arrest a fall. The target's fall slows to 60 feet per round, and the portion of the fall during this phase.
It touched the floor.
Okay.
You sunk like a foot and a half, and you're already short as fuck. Like the stair went.
Okay.
Like,
and now it's just stuck.
It's stuck.
Oh.
Climb out of the hole.
Are you leaving it here? Are you leaving it here? Or are you going to try to, the two of you are going to try to cut the bag away from the floor, pull it with all your might?
I'll try a strength check.
It's not strength, it's athletics. She could assist you if you would like. Yeah. It's only a 15 to aid now in PF2 Remastered.
Take a look.
Versus that 20, which was just rude.
I can
Todd and I had the conversation about it being a fucking 20 so many times. I can't even tell you. Like, what the fuck?
Once you hit level 10, it's automatic. You're practically just giving away critical
Well, you
successes.
don't give a shit at that level.
Low level, when you need the help, you can't get it. Yeah.
What you got, Allie? Get a 15?
Change.
That was a 16.
Okay, yeah, that gives him a +1.
Finally.
Oh, +1, right. So that's a 22.
You pull, the bag starts to tear the pillowcase.
Okay,
You're pretty sure you
could
could tear the pillowcase now, but it is not disconnecting.
Knowledge nature? Is this some type of
Not nature.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that secretes like an adhesive substance.
There are things in nature that do, but this skin
before.
is humanoid and not nature. That was declared already.
Humanoid.
It's humanoid and not nature.
That was in another room. I wasn't there yet. She didn't tell me that.
I assume she told you when she showed up that it was humanoid skin.
So it is humanoid.
Mm-hmm. There's a very broad spectrum, but yes.
Very.
So we just leave it there, put some orange cones up. I mean, there's another half of the stairwell coming down. We'll be fine. We'll just ignore it forever.
It's like our old house, Todd. Just fucking whatever. There's other places. Just fucking, the fridge can sit over the hole.
The ceiling fell in a little bit.
It's fine.
No big deal.
God.
What are
I'm
the two you
assuming
do?
I
Are you
climb-
yelling for the other two? You know where they
Yeah,
are in the
no.
house. You can hear them. Like, you're close enough to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And Lysynthia snoring and the chattering, whatever that lizard is.
Maria, Burke.
With that, what do y'all want to do? You got your detect magic up about the time they come down the stairs. You're looking around.
Yeah, and I can cast it at will.
Sure. I'm assuming we're kind of treating it like an encounter, or not encounter,
Yeah.
exploration action where you just have it up.
But I was just clarifying for the audience
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's not like I have to keep recasting it.
Yeah, so for
Um,
those who've never played PF2 or PF2 Remastered, there's three kinds. There's downtime. There is your exploration, which is like going through a dungeon. Everyone picks an action, and it lets them just do that the whole time. Scout, look for traps, cast detect magic things that are magical, so that the GM isn't asking you every 5 foot. And then when you get into a counter, that's your turn-based combat. Right now, this would be like exploration. We don't say that as a cast. Really, at a table, we don't say it that often. I may just say, what's your exploration action? So she just has detect magic up and is looking around. When you look outside, the pillowcase is glowing. Around the face of the two, you see the same purple kind of reddish mist, but it's no stronger than the stuff that is around the rest of you, including Georgia. And according to what Regdur said, Georgia was not infected.
So Georgia and Regdur both have the same amount of.
Same amount of it. And you can see it in the area around. It kind of dissipates after the 5 foot, but it, really coalesces around where you breathe.
Okay. Is it pouring out from, or is it
The bag is a different color.
Okay.
The bag is a rich, deep, like red. There's no purple at all.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over. As I go over, because I want to see like what they're yelling about with the
Sure.
with the pillowcase. I turn to Burke before actually, because we all think we're infected except for Georgia. I don't want to freak Georgia out. So I go back in real quick. I'm like, I'll be there. Let me just get Burke. I go back into here.
Okay.
And I say underneath my breath, I'm like, Burke, I'm seeing the same stuff that we've got around our nose and mouth. I'm seeing that on both Regdur and Georgia. So either she's, I mean, maybe I don't know, or maybe this is something different because of the house or something. But I don't know. There's something about a book, and they're sinking into the stairs or something. They want us out to go help, but as soon as I looked out there, there's definitely something going on with whatever's stuck on the stairwell. But they both have this going on, and I would have thought Georgia wouldn't have it if she wasn't infected. So, just keep an eye out, I suppose.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's. Okay. Maybe that's not even. Anyway, let's go. I have theories. We'll talk in a moment.
I have theories.
We'll talk about them. Yeah.
So are you all walking out into that main
Yeah. And
foyer area?
As I walk out, I'll try and do an Arcana check on the aura coming from the book.
Okay. Are you going to open the bag and take it out, or are you just going to like set it down? What is the group doing with the bag? It is important that I know how the bag is going to be used and what's going on.
None
You
of
setting
this
it down and
makes
pulling
sense.
it out? Exactly, Drew.
Well, yeah, no. What I'm saying is like none of this makes sense to Regdur, so he's gonna make like an active perception as his exploratory just to see if he can notice anything else in the area.
Sure. Give me a
like,
perception check. That's a fair thing. Active, or do you want passive? Because you could use
active.
a passive focus and give you a +2 if you want to do that.
Well, I mean, I already rolled, but I'm
Okay.
happy with the roll.
All
I
right,
got a
take a
nat
roll.
20, so
All right.
that's a 29.
There is nothing odd other than the eyes of the creatures watching you, the sound of Clem and Clara in the distance of the house playing, the snoring from Lysynthia and the chattering of the teeth of Reiki. And you do not hear Raimundo anywhere, but he's upstairs somewhere. He may be a quiet sleeper. The wind outside you take in. You can hear the ethereal lightning strike in the distance. It echoes and it sounds like howling of the dead. But other than that, there is nothing that is like more out of place than what you already know.
So, like, I've worked in this area before. I've stayed here before.
Yeah.
Have the eyes of these creatures followed me at night when I've been here? Like, is this a normal thing? Or is this,
there
could I
have
equate this
been
to the
times
Ether Storm?
where 1 or 2 of them have been active in a room, but never
not all of them.
every single one of them.
Could I equate this to the Ether Storm, knowing what I know about them?
Yes, more than likely.
Okay.
They're being pulled from their fettered taxidermy.
The
like
water
activated.
makes no sense, though.
Unless it's haunted. It's the only other time you would have seen something like this. Wait, we're playing Ethauntia, bro. Did you think that shit was going to go away just because we're playing a different campaign?
Well, no, this is the first time it's come to his attention, like an actual thought of it. It's like, is there a haunt happening in this house right now?
I mean, if you would let me take a look at the book, I might be able to tell you that's part of my wheelhouse.
This is what I fucking know, dude.
He's saying that out loud while everything else is happening, like while you're doing that. Like it just kind of comes to him when he says that.
So I gotta.
George is just gonna like let go and give up the reins to the book.
I got a 16 Arcana for the aura on the book.
16. Is anyone aiding you? Oh, they can't see it. They can't
aid.
really. They can't aid you. They can't see it.
Yeah.
The book is magical. It is got that red on it. It doesn't look quite like blood. It looks more like ectoplasm. Okay. And it looks like some form of either red usually means anger or hatred when you're dealing with spiritual creatures when they're red like that. It could be how they died. It could be a representation of it trying to manifest. It could be a lot of things.
And then do I see like that? Because you talked about how it was like leaving a trail along the floor. Does that red like follow up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. So Maria has like a slightly purple hue to her eyes when she's got detect magic up and running. So when she blinks, it's still there because I haven't dismissed it yet. And I look to Rutger. I'm like, well, that's obviously magical. I don't know what it is, but if it's a spirit, they're angry because it's a deep red, and that deep red is trailing up the stairs where you two came from. So if this is a haunt, I can try and pull up some old folklore or something, or maybe something that I've run into previously. And this is actually one of my class abilities, so I can use esoteric lore to recall knowledge on haunts, curses, and creatures of any type. So I can actually, like, this is the thing where I get my full bonus for doing haunts and when I try and do esoteric lore on haunts and curses.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and do that real quick, just to see if anything pops to mind as I'm talking out loud to them.
Okay.
I got a 23.
If this is a haunt, it's emanating from the book, not the house.
Okay.
The ether storm is probably amplifying it. It is definitely, to you, 2 separate problems.
Okay.
What is going on with the creatures that you've encountered is not the same as whatever this book is.
Okay. So that's, I'm like, well,
I see survival cards.
the book is, if this is a haunt, it's probably being, and like I kind of say the same thing. Like if this book is haunted, it might be. I know that Clem said there was something in it, possibly.
Now that's
hear stuff.
That was a crit. I will put that towards the current one that we have, which is that it's not involved with whatever these creatures were.
Right.
But I'm also going to start a second one for the haunt, just in case you do end up wanting to figure out what the book is. Clem or Clara did hand it to her, or whoever it was. But we do have victory point cards. We have 3 of them. 2 from Andrew's side and 1 from Serving Hands. That will add 2 to a challenge. And you can use 1 per challenge. Do you want to use 2 of these towards the challenges that we have? Or at least one towards figuring out what's going on with the thing?
I think for sure figuring out what's going on with the thing, because that's the more important one in my opinion.
And you can always use the other one later. I mean, we'll do that one now. So what I will
turn into stuff.
Right. Someone yelling Michael Jordan, 23. So here's what I'll say. In the
Michael Jordan.
With the extra 2, that's our second threshold. Looking around at everyone who's here, everyone has the same amount of that glow around their face. The only people you haven't checked so far are the kids. Good luck finding them. Raimundo, and you have not checked Lysynthia or Reiki. They're close if you wanted to start there. This book, though, is attached to the floor, and I'm assuming someone's holding the bag and haven't let go. Like, you didn't just drop it, right? Like, you rolled it open, she looked inside. But unless someone's going to stand here and hold it the whole fucking time, you either need to take the book out of the bag, carry it, or you need to leave it here. Otherwise, you're tearing the bag.
So, I will say, I'm not quite sure what's up with that book, but I'm going to leave Georgia out of it because I want to see what happens. I'm going to say, with the Detect Magic up with my Arcane Sense, I noticed that Burke and I have like a weird, almost like red-purple miasma around our nostrils and our mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And Rutger, you have the same thing. I'm wondering if maybe it's a wise idea to check Reiki and Lysynthia, because we tested the food with my alchemical kit and that came out clean.
All right. What should we do with this then? He points at the book.
I mean,
You want a metal case for it?
That
Do you have
something
one?
to-
What a
Make
question to ask randomly with someone who just has barely anything on him.
Well, I turned to Burke and I'm like, I mean, if you can fashion something, we might be able to get it back into the library where Clem found it.
And I feel like Georgia had kind of like positioned her hand, and you heard like the noise that a gas stove makes with the like with about to cast ignition, and she's like, that's a better idea, yes.
Yeah, yes, burning the book bad.
All right, so I will gather some power. That means these little bits of clockwork that are heated from the inside. They're like molten hot. Some have little flames on them. Some are just smoking. They kind of spread out around me for about 10 feet. And from those, I pull together into my hands a metal case that's about the size of the book, just enough to like put it in and close it. And it's got a nice little handle on it.
How long does this thing last?
10 minutes if we're lucky.
Okay, so you reach in with the metal piece and you collapse it around the book and pull it out. When you do, it separates it from the bag. There's a slurp noise, and you can see the liquid of whatever it is start to grow out of the seams of the metal case, but it's enough to be able to get it out of there. But it is starting to coat the outside of this metal case. What do you want to do with it?
When he starts to just excrete sludge. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if we don't
really
wanna put
glad
it-
you had to make that and that you didn't already have one. I would have had questions.
She's like, are you
Right.
involved?
Are you? Let's so to the library then.
Well, I mean, if it's overfilling, let's I have to head over to here anyway. Do we just want to get one of the big one of the big kettles from the kitchen and put it in there if it's like oozing?
Like a
As long as
big
we're not
pot.
planning on eating out of
Yeah.
it again.
Okay, yeah, you can run in there and grab a pot. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I'll run in. I'll get the pot because I don't want Burke to because he said 10 minutes if we're lucky. I don't want to have anything happen and he walks over and it rips. or
What's
whatever.
your passive perception?
My passive?
Yeah, as you run into the kitchen.
Is going to be a 17 or an 18. I don't really. I'm sorry. In Pathfinder 2, every +1 matters. So let me just triple check. Is a 17.
Would you like a +2?
Yes, please.
We use Storm Bunny Studios. We'll use his passive focus. With a +2 when you run into the room, there is someone in the room. As you are rounding the corner, you hear footsteps, a clang of metal slightly grazing something. When you walk into the room, you don't see anybody. Do you have your detect magic up this entire time?
Yeah, because I think I'm just trying to see if that miasma is coming from anywhere else.
In the corner of the room, and I will take us back to the map here in just a sec. I'm going to move the camera, and I will put yourself up there. Yep. Up into the kitchen area. I will. Yeah, that's fine. Just put yourself up into the kitchen area.
Oh, in the kitchen. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, that's where you said you went, which is up here.
Yeah. Sorry, I went to the
So
opposite
when you
area.
go up into that room, he prepped a bunch of stuff. The bear is laying on the table that he cut apart, right? That's where it was. The bear is no longer there.
Since they're bringing the Doom book inside.
Okay. I'm going to.
And you saw something move like back this way towards the door.
I'm going to do a seek action.
Okay.
Let me look that up.
Bear.
Where bear?
Right.
Where the bear?
There, bear.
Yeah, castle.
I think it's a perception check for Seek.
Yeah, if you're seeking, because I'm trying to figure out like what's my flat check I need to try and beat or whatever. But
It's versus their stealth.
okay, well, I got a 26.
They went towards the door area, but looking closer, this is like the bathroom here. There's like a chamber pot area here.
Right.
This is the door that goes out. Right. The door is open.
I'm going to. Can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to take a look out and see if I see any footprints in the snow.
Yes, there are 4 paw prints that go from 4 to 2 by the time it hits the bottom of the ramp.
Son of a bitch. All right. Well, we still don't know what's going on with. I'm just gonna close the door behind me again,
Okay, so you close the door.
and then I'm going to grab a pan
Pot?
or something.
Yeah, like
Pot.
a big like pot, like a you
Yeah.
put over a fireplace, to
Yeah.
to keep things like a soup pot, like a witch's brew pot,
Cauldron.
whatever
I'm going
Allie
to-
has in the back behind her. No,
But Redger, can you?
yeah,
come over
that's
here?
what I was looking for. Yeah, but large.
But larger.
Larger.
I bring that
I
over.
knew you had it.
And I'm like, Redger, can you take a look outside the door? The bear's no longer here. I heard something, and there's footprints going from 4 paw prints to 2 prints heading out the back door. But I'm not a tracker, and you are. So you want to swap?
Sure are. Would you like to get dressed before you go in the cold?
I was
Or-
just gonna say, let me go up and get my stuff. I'll be right back.
Or,
I need-
because you got down armor and stuff, that takes time. Do you grab a coat that's just sitting there and walk out far enough to track it in the cold? Are you comfortable not being
Well, I
in
don't have
armor and
any-
tracking?
No, I don't have any of my weapons with me. Everything's
Okay.
up in my room because I was just doing.
So you got to
Oh,
run
see, and
upstairs. That takes a
I
while.
have all my stuff because I was keeping watch.
Yep. You could give him a weapon.
You know what? Redger, I have a buckler and I've got a 6-shot pistol and I've got a Morning Star. I know it's not a lot. You know what? Just go get your stuff. Just here.
Do you need a weapon?
Let me grab my pack.
Name it.
No, because like all my snare stuff is up there too. Like he runs up, grabs his gun, his coat, his backpack.
Do you take the time to put armor on? That's the big time sink. Now, granted, you're tracking through snow, but if there's a storm, which will make it more difficult, we do have survival cards to help making tracking a little easier. But you are tracking through an ether storm.
Eric, I have a
Well,
question.
Yes.
I don't think his armor would have been off yet because he wasn't going to bed yet. He just took like off his coat and his pack
But
and everything.
most-
Like he's still dressed.
Okay, if you want to be dressed, you can. I just think most people at 9-something at night, sleeping somewhere, they don't sleep in their armor.
Right,
Like,
but
I
he wasn't
figured-
asleep yet. That's what I'm saying. Because
I
we
figured
hadn't gone to
Regular is
sleep
walking
yet.
around in his pink long john
That's
onesie. with
kind
the
of what
butt
I was
flap.
envisioning in the fucking
Yeah,
hat.
same,
Like,
actually.
That's what I was envisioning.
Yeah.
God.
Outnumbered 3 to
So-
1 here, bro.
I mean,
I-
yeah, that's funny enough. I'll have to take it. I will. I will
One of the
take
buttons
the
is
time.
off,
I will take the time to put on my armor. Yes, I don't want to go.
Well,
If I'm tracking something, that means sometimes I might have to kill it. I don't want to do that without armor.
Hold on. Let me get them Pathfinder Pathfinder GM screen.
So you say occult, and Serving Hand shows up. You say bear.
Yes,
and bear
right.
Pops
She's
in.
gonna check.
Yep.
Hold
Hi,
on.
bear.
Bear.
I want to make sure I don't screw you over. There we go. You know, you'd think I'd have a new one of these by now for
Bullshit.
remaster, but why would you make a
What,
new
a
screen
GM
for
screen?
remaster when you just changed 10% and then another 10% a second time? So donning armor, are you wearing light armor, right, Drew? Leather?
It's medium.
Medium
hide.
armor. Ooh. I think it's 5 minutes for medium.
I want to say it's like either a minute or 5 minutes or something.
I want to
Let
say
me-
5 rounds for light, 1 minute for medium, 5 minutes for heavy,
Yeah,
but
yep. You are correct, sir.
Dang, I wish I could just regularly get.
You are correct,
Ready
sir.
in 1
So that's
minute.
pretty quick. 1 minute of throwing it out. Well, you just pull it over your head, cinch it down, you're ready to go.
Eric, I have a question.
Huh?
So you said that I don't remember falling asleep.
You do not.
So I think
So
it's
I'm
yeah, it's
assuming
medium 'cause
that
it's
means
hide.
I don't have any memory of removing any armor. So I would also still be fully.
No,
Okay.
you are dressed.
Oh,
and
okay.
you
okay.
have makeup on.
Mm.
Red cheeks. No one asked this yet. You have red cheeks. Your eyes are done darker. There's a little crack drawn down your face like you look like a doll.
Oh, what the? God damn it, Clara.
You hear laughing in the house.
Oh, that was just
Probably
Allie,
would have
so-
mentioned that when she first showed up.
I mean, it's dark. You guys were panicking about a book bleeding ooze. I don't think there was any, like, nice makeup. No, I don't think that happened during that.
She looks like a fucking doll face. I would have been like, what the fuck are you wearing?
It's dark. It's black and white.
So anyway, I'm going to drop off the cauldron to
Mhm.
Burke so he
Mhm.
can put it in there, and then while Rutger is getting his equipment,
You set it in, and it starts to slowly fill the pot. You probably have about an hour until the pot's full. If it doesn't stop, you know what I mean.
right?
case didn't break.
Case did not break.
Okay.
Oh, from
Well-
you? I meant from me.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
telling you, I rolled to see.
Gotcha.
Like, stuff I make breaks sometimes. You
Gotcha.
can already tell it's like it's starting to rust. Like it's deteriorating.
Just like rust
it's
forming at
still-
the top of the ooze. It's like after the ooze in the can after you use it too many times. It's got like dust particles in it. 80s.
So, yeah, I'll
You
head
gonna
to the
chase?
back door.
All right.
Yep.
You crack the door open. The footprints are there. When they wander out behind the building, they are already starting to blow over, but it's only a minute. It hasn't been that long. Give me your survival check to track. I will give you a survival from serving hands. Survival from serving hands will give you a +2 to your die roll. To tracking. Any type of tracking, travel, anything to do with survival. It's the
I
most
did find
prominent
some
skill in the
slime
game.
and
I don't like
Play-Doh
that
this
at
summer when I
all.
was cleaning the garage. It's not.
Rolled a 3.
Ooh.
You can use a
not-
patch.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a patch. There we go. That's much better. You said +2 to the roll?
+2 to the roll, yep.
Okay, so 16 plus 9 is 25.
Well, okay. How far are you willing to track this creature?
What direction is it heading? Is it heading towards the crash? Is it trying to go
It went
up
west.
the lift?
It went no. No, it doesn't have to go up the lift. The crash is down here.
Yeah, no, that's what I was asking. Like,
It
which
went
direction was it going?
west, away from the back, like along the back of the house, and then as you break around the corner, it is heading towards the crash site.
Can I smell it?
No, it is much faster than you are, and the wind's
no,
not
I'm
blowing
talking
in
about,
this
like,
direction.
I'm talking about the footprints. Like, can I smell any
Nothing.
residual of what I could smell off them?
Nope, not close enough.
Okay. Am I going alone? Was anyone else coming out?
I don't think anyone followed you outside.
Well, because
Okay.
you were putting on, while he was putting on his gear, I was gonna go check on Lysynthia and Reiki and see if they had the.
So we'll do this you're going to Lysynthia and Reiki. So let's break down where everyone's going. He's chasing. You're going to Lysynthia and Reiki.
Yes.
What is Burke doing?
Do you
Chamber
need
pot
me
in
to
the middle
hold
of the
this
floor.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do you need me to hold this here? Do we need me to take it somewhere? I can be helpful. Just tell me what to do.
The only idea I
This is
have
all new to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Burke. The only idea that I have right now is maybe putting it back in the library, because if that's the book that Clem had, that's where he got it. That's the only thing I can think of for right now. I don't know if that's going to help, but it's better than it sitting out here, I guess. And if it's angry, if there's something in there that's angry, maybe it's angry because it got taken from the library. So that's kind of why I'm pushing to put it back in the library, at least for now.
Okay. And where is Georgia going? So she is wearing her night clothes.
Okay. Well, I think that she would have probably stuck with her brother, especially.
You're going to go get dressed and run outside in the cold?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're go up with him, change, and you both are going to go. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so you're both outside. Who wants to start? Do we want to start in the library? Do we want to start with Lysynthia? Or do we want to start with the siblings chasing? Who wants to start?
As soon
Well, I mean,
as
chronologically, she would have made it to Lysynthia first, I think.
No,
right?
because her and Burke were talking. It doesn't matter. I'm asking where we're
just doing this-
starting. I don't give a fuck what the time is.
So as they leave, Maria's like, I mean, good luck to them, but also this gives us a little bit more time to figure out what's going on with Georgia. And then I go check on Lysynthia and Reiki.
So you're going to Lysynthia Ricky. See, who wants to start? Do the siblings want to start the tracking? Or do we want to start with Lysynthia and them?
Start with Lysynthia.
All right, Kelly.
Okay.
As you walk around the corner, Burke walks away. Burke, you are taking the book back to the library, correct? You're walking to the library. We'll go to you after this, then we'll go to the twins. Or not twins, siblings. As you get in there, Lysynthia is snoring. Reiki is laying on the foot of the couch next to her. He is much larger than you thought, even with the furs off and the coat off. He's laying on them. When you walk in the room, he turns and looks at you, and he kind of gets up on his hind legs and stands up, but not menacingly, but like someone entered the room. He puts his tail across Lysynthia, protectively, and just stands there.
Okay.
There is that scent around him. There's a little bit more because he's a larger creature.
Right.
But there is a lot of it around Lysynthia. It is around, like, covering almost where you can't see her face.
Okay.
And she is sleeping in her armor with her pistol in her hand. And there's 2 empty bottles of booze sitting next to the sofa.
Okay.
What could go wrong? Pissing off a dinosaur?
Right.
This is
I'm
your
going
comment.
to.
Fuck you, Todd.
I'm actually, you know what? F it. This is too important. I'm going to,
Okay.
like, knock on the door. Like, if Reiki wasn't here, I think Maria would try and be stealthy. and,
Yeah,
like,
but now you're like,
check out what's going on.
ooh.
Yeah, I'm
like you
like,
saw
I
this
don't
thing
wanna piss
tear
off-
one of these things apart. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying
So you-
to eat it, and we had to pull it out of his mouth. So I'm,
Takes
like,
a-
knocking on the door. Like,
Takes a couple
Lysynthia?
knocks and she finally, yes, and she sits up. And when she sits up, the cloud sits behind her, but it slowly follows her up around her head.
so there's no, like, lingering, nothing,
Like,
like
it's
anything.
behind her. She sits up. There's like the trail,
Right.
but then it follows and covers her head again when you detect magic up.
Okay.
Would you like to make a new check
Yes,
of any
I would.
form?
I would like to do either Arcana or Occult to see if
Okay.
she has a higher infection level than we do.
Well, considering the fact that
I wanna do Arcana
originally
to just see what's happening.
I've already
like, in
made
general, if I
Arcana
can figure it
checks
out.
looking at this, unfortunately.
Okay, well, you asked if I wanted to make a new Arcana check.
No,
so-
a new check, not
Yes.
Arcana, a new type of check.
a new type of check. Then I'm going to see. This is why I have it. I'm going to use diverse lore with esoteric lore to see
I
if
was
this
waiting
has
for
ever
it.
happened. Like if I recall anything like this ever
Sure, give me a roll.
happening. So it's gonna be a -2.
While you're making that roll, what did she specialize in? Like, I know thaumaturge use a lot of different lore, but like, was she specialized? Like, was she all about spirits? Was she about monsters? Was she about like aberrations? Like what was her field of study when she started all this?
So
Jokers.
right. So when she was brought to the material plane, she thought she was being brought over for something different.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, she ended up being the apprentice to a mildly famous monster hunter.
So monsters.
Yes.
All right, give me a roll. I'm just curious for my GM, wherewithal to make sure I know, and so the audience knows.
Yeah. I mean, she's obviously picked up a lot of other stuff. I'm going to use a patch because that was a 2.
All right.
I'm not sitting on that. This is too important.
Okay.
Try again.
What could go
That
wrong?
was a lot better. That was a 27.
That is a crit. That's 2 more.
Okay.
So we got that one here. That puts us into the final stage of the threshold. Whatever it is that's going on is you don't think it's ethereal. You think it's definitely like a disease, like a living disease that follows you. She's not breathing it in. It's just clouding her vision and who she is. Like, she probably doesn't see things correctly. It's like looking through an illusion, is how I would best explain it. You do know there are monsters that let off a poison or a gas throughout history that can fuck with your psyche and make you think things or feel things.
Like hallucinogenics?
Yes. When you focus again, you can see that this emanates out from her about 30 foot. It fills the room. It's lighter. It's a lighter cloud. Most of it's on her, but there's definitely an aura presented out from her. You entered the aura. You have knowledge on this, but I do need a will save.
Yeah. Let me just finish my notes real quick.
Yeah. Now cut to Burke, because he might get the rest of the info that you need. And then the twins out in the cold. What could go wrong? Or siblings, not twins, siblings. I keep saying twins. We got some cards in here that'll help you guys too, for sure. We got an improved library card that came through.
I got a 25 will save.
25?
That is really good for me, yeah.
So a 25 will save, you're fine. You can feel it. You can feel it trying to like, it feels like a warm embrace until you really focus, and it feels like prodding needles. Like trying to enter your system, like your psyche. Do you back out of the room?
Yes.
Okay. Back out of the room. That will take us to Burke. Burke, you walk across this place with this fucking pot, walk into the library. In the library, there is a bunch of little tables with books on it. One of them is a book with Clem looking through it, but he's a ghost. And he's like attached to the book. Like essence coming out of it, and he's flipping through it. And when you come into the room, he slowly fades out of existence.
Oh. Okay. Well, has there been any change to this book as I come into the room?
It's buried inside, like it's in the box and in a pot that's filling with this like ectoplasm.
But it's sort of been like weight change.
It's not. No,
movements.
it's about the same weight, but it's not bubbling as much.
Okay. I guess I'll set this chamber pot down.
Like on a table somewhere or something, or on the floor.
On the floor, just so it's not getting any books all slimy.
Okay. You set it on the floor. Out of it.
And then I'm gonna look. Oh.
Out of it, as you set it down on the floor, the stain starts to spread like sweat on the carpet.
Oh.
There's nothing flowing out of it.
That.
It's like emanating from the pot.
Well, then perhaps I'll pick it back up.
It's...
Oh, nope, can't have that.
I need an athletics check.
Oh. Check my bonus.
Are you strong enough?
I'm gonna have to be with that roll. That is a 26.
You pull and you earth it from it, and it snaps, and the carpet like hits back to the ground. And in the pot, you can see a kind of skull gurgle up into the pot.
Oh.
It's like a red ectoplasmic slime.
See, I thought you were pivoting from the thing into the Evil Dead, but apparently it's Hellraiser.
Nope.
Come to daddy.
What would you like to do?
So I will say that there's something coming out of this, and it doesn't seem like being up here is any help.
So Maria can hear that the siblings are gone. Clem is not in the room. Let's see if nope, Raimundo is still sleeping. Lysynthia is like, we should help him. Reiki, guard the doors, and she starts to follow you if you're gonna move that way, Maria.
Maybe you should rest up. Just have Reiki.
No. If someone's in danger, come on, let's go.
As she comes to me, I'm going to try and do a perception to see if she's actually trying to be helpful.
All right, give me a perception check. That's fair. That's
Either
fair.
is she trying to even if she's I'm trying to see if she thinks she's being helpful.
Okay.
Let's put it that way, since I know that this can alter her perception of whatever's happening.
Okay.
God damn it. I got an 11.
Ooh, that's not the best. Anything you would like to do? We do have shift attitude cards. We want to make her friendly and get her to maybe stay here. That's an option. We have nothing else that I can say really. The Keeper's Eye, if you need to get back a focus point, or a spell.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
Patch or Superstition.
Superstition. She's a siren.
She is a siren.
See
That is true.
if I can think of anything real quick.
I'll tell you what. I will leave you here to think. I'll go to the twins.
Okay.
Oh, siblings. Dear siblings.
Twins.
No, not twins, I keep saying. You both bust out into the cold, tracking this creature. You rolled a good roll, and it is running towards the burning wreckage. The fire is still raging. It has not slowed down.
Can we see it from where we are? The light.
You
from
can
the
see
fire?
the smoke, but there's so much snow. It's just a red hue in the horizon, like a forest fire. You can see it on the reflection of the snow, but you can't see the silhouette of the ship or anything that crashed. It is quite some distance from here. Correct me, Todd and Kelly, but it was like a quarter mile from here, right? From the wreckage to here.
Oh, that's just gonna say that's a lot
2
closer
miles?
than I thought it was.
2 miles? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can tell you. 5 miles. 5 miles there.
Ooh.
Do you want to track it that far, or are you going to try to catch up? You know it went in that direction. You'd be walking through the ether storm, the two of you.
Don't love that.
I do. Thanks, great. Okay.
No.
What do you two want to do? Are you going to continue tracking it? You walk, I would say, 100 foot from the outpost, and it's breakneck speed running towards it.
So I think Georgia
running.
would be Yeah, Georgia would be deferring to
On 2 feet.
Regder
On
very
2
much at this point.
On 2 feet.
Oh.
Sorry, say that
Ew.
again.
On 2
Allie,
feet.
No, Allie, what did you say?
I would absolutely be deferring to you as the tracker, and the elder of the two, in terms of like if you want to continue or not.
It's running.
On 2 feet, and it was a bear.
It's not a bear. Bears don't run on 2 feet.
Not for long distances.
Not
It's
supposed
running.
to.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a
Let that
long
crash.
gate. Even the gate's not quite right.
Is the gate similar to what approached us? that
That was a
were running.
human. That's hard to really say. It's bigger steps than that. It's a bigger creature. It is bear paw prints. It is bear
It
prints.
is bear paw prints.
Yeah, it's bear prints. There are some weird drags on the left and right once in a while where there's like some lines, but like if you were walking through and you had like your rifle, you may see like a line from your rifle butt. Like there's some weird other area like lines around it, but it's
Like-
2 feet for the most part.
Like it's dragging tendrils from.
Very possibly.
I
Uh,
don't like that.
what's the area around us right now? Like, is it
Snow and
open?
hills.
Okay.
So it's not forest where we are. Did it go
There
into the
is
forest to get
there
to
is forest, but it is to the east of the wreckage. It's not. It's on the east side of the road. This is kind of a clearing. Basically, it landed on a plateau, and like past that airship is another plateau that drops off. And it's cleared
so-
through here. It's been basically logged.
So basically, our options are option A: we go into the freezing cold in an ether storm to go after a bear, not bear man who may or may not be spreading a virus to God knows where, or we go back and we look at the creepy fucking book that's oozing out fucking ectoplasm and might be doing something, I don't fucking know what, to our compatriots.
Yeah, those are the things. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would have said.
Do you have a preference?
not to be in either of these situations, but
There's a
that's not
lift
where we
that goes
find
back up.
ourselves. There is that. I'm going to.
I see no if you're tracking it. How far out would you like to go? That's probably the better question. I said 100 foot away from the building. You saw it's running on 2 feet. Would you continue or would you go back? I just don't want to put you like a mile out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I can see in the distance. Like, can I see it in the distance at all, or is it too?
No, it's too
covered
many
by snow?
hills and drifts, and you'd have to track. You're guessing to see this thing, you'd have to be within like 30 to 60 feet of it. It's just snow is just too bad. It's a fucking blizzard. Shit's blowing sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? I'm curious if there's a spot where I could set up an alarm trap to let me know if it's coming back, because it would probably take the same path back to come back.
I mean, the doors are probably the best thing in the building for that. It's too big of an open area to set an alarm trap wide enough. You're asking for like a 5 to 10 foot area, you know what I mean? You would really
Yeah, I
need.
guess.
There's no fence
doors,
really
right?
that you can see. And remember, the snow fell, so the front of the building is covered to the second floor.
Right.
Doorways in are the best thing. That'd be about it.
Yeah. No, I think we go back. It's too. There's too many variables, especially with this storm. Let's go back. I'm gonna prep one of the doors for an alarm just to tell us if it comes back or not.
Eric, there's only one door in that's not covered in snow, correct?
3.
3.
One in the back,
Oh,
2 on
okay.
the west side.
Okay.
One of them is
so-
barricaded in that kitchen. That's the one that Maria was fighting the creature through, and Reiki is on the outside. And there's
Okay.
another one to the just north of that on the west side. And there's one in the back out of the kitchen. The front door is impossible to get through. Now, there is the second floor, and the snowbank does go up to the windows where you were sleeping, just as a heads up.
Okay, beautiful. Good.
Oh, those are the windows. Got it.
Okay, so I think Georgia would set alarm by the window upstairs.
Do you have like set? You have
I sure
spells.
do.
You can use a spell. Okay, so you're going.
Yes.
Bottom line is you're kicking the
going back.
100.
We're going back
The
to the
100 foot
house.
back. I need perception checks
Yeah.
for both of you.
Oh, good. Okay.
And unfortunately, it's pretty hard because of the weather. Unless you have anything to negate weather effects, it's a pretty hard DC.
Since I was tracking this thing, I'm going to make it my hunted prey.
I'm fine with that. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm fine with
You
that.
said weather effects. Would that be cold?
Just weather. It's just hazard weather, like snow
Weather.
blowing
Okay.
sideways is really hard to see through.
Right.
Especially if it's
I
like
have environmental
sleety.
endurance, so
What's that do?
it's for harsh temperatures.
Nope.
It's in case
It
we
is
get
cold if
freeze.
you're out here
Yeah.
long term, but you walked 100 feet out and back. I mean, I've shoveled snow
Yeah,
in
no.
shorts in worse weather. So
Yeah, for sure.
I just needed more the perception than if you had anything to bypass, but you don't. So give me your perception rolls.
22.
Okay, it's pretty good. It's actually really good.
Eric,
Yes.
this bear was dead and it was on the table.
Yeah, he cut it up to serve food out of it. You were eating it.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it's definitely not a lycanthrope.
No. Fuck no. Absolutely.
I was
not.
just like a werebear.
No,
changing
yeah.
back to
Good
bear
question.
form.
Good question for 200. No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Bear and dead. Let's see here.
TikTok. What's your perception?
Yeah, no. I'm right.
I'll put our new stress mechanic into effect here.
My perception is a 26, but with hunted prey,
That is
it
important.
gives me a +2, which makes it a 28. And then monster hunter would give me. Oh no, that's sorry, that's not it. I thought
That's more than enough. It ran out. You get to the 100 foot, and you're like, it's too far. We're not going to track that thing. We'd be going out into a blizzard, leaving everyone behind. You turn around to head back, and I will remind you, the ship crashed 5 miles out. In one of the snowbanks, out of the corner of your eye, you see a half-frozen hand poking out of a snowdrift as the wind blows through and like moves the snowdrift some. It's human, and that hand's like frozen and out, and there is something that yanks it into the snowdrift. You saw
like the hand is
the
hand
hand
is
was
frozen.
out of the snowdrift, and it gets fucking pulled into the snowdrift.
Sorry, just to clarify, is the hand like reaching, or was it a frozen hand and then it just
Frozen.
pulls in?
It's a frozen something, a body, you're assuming, in the drift. And it's yanked into the snowdrift. You saw no double back, no tracks, but it's fast enough that it could have been out of vision around a drift. Who knows? Or it could be a different one. Maybe there's two.
Georgia. I'll point at the snowdrift. Be like,
There's like a caved-in area on the snowdrift.
What did you see?
there's something in there, and it just pulled up a body. Get ready.
I would like to go ahead and use detect magic. Better late than never.
Boy, okay, use detect magic, but I'm gonna need a perception check for you, and it's gonna be difficult because of the ether storm.
Okay. That's a 21.
There is magic in the area. There's magic in the ice that's under the snow that kind of peeks through in this greenish glow. There's the sky above when there's the ethereal lightning that hits across and the spirits travel along the arc. But in the hole that you see, as the camera slides in, that drift that's sunk, there is a slight glow of that purple red that Maria talked about.
Okay.
I'll say you are about 30 foot from that snowdrift where the hole is, roughly. Like you turned around to head back and it's in a drift like 30 foot in front of you. You
right,
casted a
how far are
spell,
we?
so I need to know if your brother is going to stealth, if he's readying a gun. I need to know what you do before I cut back to the two people in the house.
I'm going to take 3 actions and put a snare in front of the hole.
So like throw it. Can you throw it 30
Yeah.
foot or like walk up and throw it? Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna not use like the hole's facing one way. I'm gonna move out of line of sight of the hole to throw it in front of it.
You're just basically getting it there so they don't know where it is. You want it in the hole though in case it comes out that way. Okay. That's fair. Back in the house, everybody. I kind of wonder how this is going to go. I think maybe Todd's figured a little bit out. I know Kelly's got some ideas on what it is. But in the house, everything is quiet. Besides when Burke yells through the night that there's something wrong. As that skull rolls up, it's a human-sized head in the pot. It was not there before. Not there. It means it manifested in the ectoplasm. As it floats up to the surface, the jaw opens. Inside the mouth, there's this like coalescence of black, like ink, as it starts to gurgle out and fill the surface of the pot. I need to know if Todd wants to put it down, or if he's carrying it to Maria, or what he's doing with the pot that he wretched off the floor.
Well, I'm sure it's safe to say that I have my aura still up because I need, in case I need to make another
a
box
lid.
or whatever. So, just as I see this happening, I'm still holding like, oh boy, and I take one hand off so I can like swirl it just because I need a free hand, and the little parts kind of come around me and they turn into little plates and they're like this. I got this full suit of armor on now.
What?
And a nice little kettle
Fucking
helm
Iron
and
Man with this
faceplate.
bitch?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like just in case, you know.
Okay.
The shield appears on the hand, but I'm gonna hold this thing, and now I'm gonna spend the other 2 actions of my whatever I've got to just get back downstairs because I don't.
This
think
is
any of this
downstairs. There's no
library's
second floor. There's no second floor.
Oh,
This is downstairs.
I thought I had carried it upstairs.
No.
Yeah,
It's
we're on the second floor.
it's on the east
Right.
side
So-
of that room. Or the
I
first
think it was
floor.
upstairs.
No, you're good.
All right, then I will. But now, little aside, is that ping noise standard for alchemy, or do you just
Yes.
have like an eerie sounding thing?
It's standard. I was very happy about it.
Very nice.
It's a little creepy. It is going to be modifiable later. But it is creepy. Yep. You can turn it up and down if it's a little loud for you. You can hit the little audio button that's on there and you can turn down the individual audio to turn down the effects for it. That is an option. So you back away, you drop it to the ground, and it rocks around, but it doesn't dump. You said you're putting it down, right?
Well, I was going to come downstairs, but I'm in the room that is downstairs.
Yeah. Are you going to
I
drop it,
think-
or are you going to carry it still? Like that's my
I want
question.
to move. I want to move it to, since we have to go through the game room to get to the outside.
Mhm.
I want to bring it into the game room down here.
Okay.
Just so I'm close to the window in case I have to throw it outside for some sort
Okay.
of
Are you still
emergency
holding it?
eject. Yeah, I'm still holding it. Like,
All right, and then I'm going to make my attack roll.
there's something crawling out of this thing.
2 hands emerge out of like one's like a skeletal, like human size. The other one's like a kid's hand with slime over top of it, and it grabs the edge of the cauldron and starts to pull itself out. And the head comes up on this like weird ooze-like substance, and flesh starts to form around the outside of the ooze. When the mouth opens, it spews this black red liquid and is trying to hit you. You are holding it, so you didn't let go. Does a 22 hit you? That's a pretty good roll for me.
Yes, it does.
It hits you for 7 points of acid damage. And it sticks to you and clings. And it splatters, but then it starts to kind of form into a hand as the bones move through the mouth, down the ooze that's attached to you to grab a hold. I get a free grab check. I need an opposed athletics from you.
He doesn't target my fort DC.
Oh yes, you're correct. You are correct. It is versus your fort. Does a 19 beat it?
No.
I try to pull you into the pot, but fail.
Okay. That's messed up.
It was 2 actions for it to manifest, 1 to make the attack. That is my actions. As you're yelling, which would take us to Maria and Lysynthia. Do you yell at all, Burke, actually, when this thing happens?
Yeah, I will. It's like there's something coming out of this thing.
Then that would take us to Lysynthia and Maria.
Okay. Well, so serving
Weird,
hands.
it's pissed off.
Serving hands gave me a patch, so I was going to use
saw
that
that.
to reroll the insight. So
Yep.
let me just do that real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was better. That's a 19.
She means well. She means to help. That is 100%. You don't question her ethics. You question what she's actually seeing.
Okay. Then before that happens, because you cut to me to try and think of something. I'm like, Lysynthia, what are you seeing right now?
I see Reiki. I see you. I see a brightly lit house. There's people moving about. It's like the outpost always is. Well, when it's in season.
There's nothing. It's just us. There's no one here. The lights are dim.
No. Right there next to you, there's a person there, and there's a person there. They're in the outpost during hunting seasons.
No,
I mean, granted, it's winter. It's a little weird, but
we're
I don't
trapped
think
in an
you're
ether
weird.
storm, Lysynthia.
Yeah, I know that. I do know
But there's
that.
no one else here.
So you questioning this for her gives her a second save.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that was a 2. She's like,
Cool.
well, yes, but we have had parties here in the winters before. And she's saying all this, and she told you when she first met you, she has never fucking been here.
I'm like, Lysynthia, you've never been here before.
She doesn't get
Or,
another
I'm sorry,
save.
Miss Shackleford. Miss Shackleford, you told us you've never been here before.
Fortunately, she doesn't get another save because she already made one.
Okay.
It takes time. She goes, let's go help Burke. We can't. He obviously has hurt himself cooking or something.
So then, as she's like, let's go help Burke, I know this won't matter for now, but I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird that no one else is helping him since there's so many people in the house, right?
You can't trust people nowadays. And she starts running towards where Burke is.
All right. Well, because I still have detect magic up, I'm gonna let her run in this. Bad. I'm gonna let her run in front of me. I'm gonna see if this miasma that she's basically expelling affects any of the taxidermied spirits.
How far ahead of you are you letting her run?
I think because I don't know if it's gonna if I'm gonna have to try and
Make fight it off again?
I'm like, I successfsuccessfully fought it off.
I will say you can see the aura. It's 30 foot.
Right. So I'm gonna stay within 15 in case anything goes I'm gonna stay within 10. Because then if anything goes sideways, I can try and get her with my whip.
The spirits are watching within the taxidermy statues, but none of them move or anything. They just seem active because of the storm. It's just happenstance of the storm.
Yeah, no, it was more like if whatever she's emanating clings to them.
No, not at all, actually, because they don't breathe. So she breaks into the room, seeing what it is, lines her shot up, and takes a shot. Unfortunately, all I see is Burke as the creature. Does a 17 hit you?
Nope.
A shot shatters the window behind you.
Oh, even better.
I move 2 and shot. I'm out of actions. Maria, you have an action left following her. What would you like to do?
And she intentionally shot Burke.
She aimed and shot in that direction. You can see the ooze thing holding onto his chest and the floating skull and ooze. You see exactly what Burke saw. It's still there.
It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But she shot at an angle that if she hit that creature, probably gonna hit Burke as well.
I tell her to watch her aim. I don't say like watch your aim like you don't know what you're doing, because I can tell she's still out of it. So I'd be like, be careful. I think you almost hit Burke with that. As I guess I try and
you fucking think.
as I try it, well, he doesn't know. No one really knows, right? So I try and like go past her so I can be like, I don't want to say in between them, but that way
Kind of blocking sight a little bit.
Well, not even blocking sight, but this way if I see she purposely shoots at him again, then I can try and disarm her with the whip.
Sure.
I see that if
Burke disarm's great
again,
and remastered.
And then like if Burke is getting attacked, I can try and whip the thing attacking him. So
Gotcha.
that's why I'm where I'm at.
With that, pick the skill that you all would like to use for actions in there. Same for outside. I'm going to put everybody on screen. I'll start with the outside combat first. What does Georgia think is the best skill to use for their initiative?
So I am thinking,
Because you're using Arcane now, I think, right?
I have it up, but it's not like
if you have
Arcana.
it up,
Like,
you're
I have
using
Detect Magic
Arcana
up,
to
yeah.
detect. Yeah, but detect magic. Don't you have to make an Arcana check?
No. My
No?
casting is going to be nature driven.
Oh, okay.
So I could do nature
Sure.
or survival. I was thinking
Either one sounds good.
they both go hand in hand, taking in the surroundings, looking at basically the battlefield up ahead, and going into like a strategic, how can we benefit off the land kind of mode. I have the same modifier for each.
Or you can also do perception, because that's always the fallback.
Oh, I'm happy to do perception.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Okay.
And then what about your brother?
Shit.
I mean, technically, I'm
brother?
trying to
Shit.
stealth right now to set up the
I think that's fair.
trap, so I'll use stealth.
I think that's
I'm gonna go
100%
ahead
okay.
and
Dirty 20.
cash in. Woo. Hell yeah.
Dirty 20 for you. Okay. And what
I'm
was
going
George's?
to cash in patch 64 from Bear.
Okay. Fine, Bear. Fine. I see how this is, you motherfucker. Just kidding. Thank you, Bear.
That's a 12.
That's a number.
That was worse. That was worse.
The number that happened.
Now,
Eric, I have a plus 11 to my perception.
I'm going to make you very happy. Drew, I rolled lower than you, but unfortunately, Georgia, it's above yours. I go at a 15.
All right.
What do you want to do? You don't see it yet. Are you holding your action to take shot? Are you pulling out a gun? Do you want to start a stratagem between the two of you to capture this thing in that?
Well, it's not a capture snare. It's
Or
a,
damage it, whatever.
It's a damage thing.
It doesn't. So stratagem don't work that way. Basically, what it is that we have a capture stratagem. It could just be part of the capture concept. Like it damages it to weaken it. If you want to start a capture stratagem, it just counts towards that.
Did I already put down the trap? Because that's what I was doing.
Yep. That was your last 3 actions before we even started this round. She cast a spell, and you did that.
Yeah, we'll do a capture stratagem, I guess.
All right. Because we did get a card tonight for a new stratagem, so we'll talk about that off air. Would you like to? When we have capture, we can get a damage. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Would you like to add a bonus towards the stratagem to get it off and make it a little easier right out of the gate?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So let me pull up our stratagem cards. Our strat. We have new stratagem, and we have Nessie did a stratagem DC. The way this works is the DC at the end of it for a capture or whatever it is, damaging whatever, is 1 higher, which means it's harder for me to make my save. I will increase the DC at the end by that. It's based on the class DC, so +1 to the DC at the end. What would you like to do? You're first. Are you holding your action? Are you shooting? Are you charging in? Are you taunting it to draw it out? What are you trying to do?
I'm going to, since I was stealthed out of the way, I'm going to get around behind it.
Like the back of the hill?
Yeah.
If you use 2 moves, you can get to the back of the snowdrift.
Okay. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to shoot into the...
I will explain what it looks like, and I'll let you decide what you want to do.
Okay.
At the back of the snowdrift, a body is pulled up. It's cracked in ice. It's shattered the pieces apart because it's been frozen, and it is absorbing the body parts into its like fleshy corpse, like into itself. As this like tall, slithering, like broken boned bear husk with tendrils out of it are taking the parts of this person that's pulled out of the snow and like attaching it into its body. It is 12 foot tall.
Ooh.
You go before me. What would you like to do? Snowdrift is about 15 foot in this section. Like, it's a big ass drift, probably on a little bit of a hill. What would you like to do? You are first. You move 2. Would you like to take a shot? Do you feel comfortable in that? Remember, every hit counts 1 action that is successful, counts towards the stratagem. We obviously take the best one. If you get one that's a hit and one that's crit, we're going to take the crit towards it. That's 2 points. A hit is 1. Knowledge checks, doesn't matter what you do during your round, we take your best thing and we add it towards the stratagem right now, which is basically to set it up for capture. Or kill. I guess probably to kill is probably a better one for this, not capture. Set up for kill.
So how far away am I from
like
it
20
right now?
foot.
And I have 1 action left?
Yep. There was 2 to go around the snowdrift. It's big because you circled to get to it. And you're also trudging through rough terrain.
I'm going to stealth as I pull out a torch in my flint and steel.
Staying stealth and just pulling them out. So you stop and pull them out of your pack. Okay. So that's what you're doing. So no activity towards it. I consume the rest of it as 2 actions. On my 3rd action, the body starts to shrink down and you hear bone crunching noises as the tendrils are like folding it in on itself as it's trying to make itself appear like the bear again.
Okay.
So I am done. Georgia, what would you like to do? You cannot see it behind the snowdrift. Your brother disappeared into the snow.
Okay. Considering the fact that like also the lights in my home are starting to flicker, I'm just gonna freak the fuck out.
My ploy is working. Thank you, Amazon.
Squizgar, I see you. What the fuck you been doing? Okay, cool. So I think if I see that my brother has gone below the snowdrift, I'm going to how far away am I, Eric?
You're 2 moves to wherever he is to the back of the snowdrift. 2 moves, 2 actions. Because you're trudging through snow, you know what I mean? It takes extra moves.
But is it within 30 feet?
You can't see it until you've taken 2 moves.
Oh fuck. Okay. I'll take 1 move.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna take 1 move and then I'm going to blindly cast.
Does your spell say you have to have line of sight or be able to see it?
Nope.
What spell is it?
Tangle Vine.
How big of an area is it?
30 foot.
I'd say you know roughly where it is. If your brother was to help you, which he can't now because he's hidden. I will say, boy, how would that work? Blind casting and PF2E. What's the save?
So the save is going to be a DC. Lord, we know that's not 19. DC 4. No, DC 19. Yeah, 19. That's my class DC.
Profession or proficiency plus your bonuses. So I mean possible. So 19. Yeah. So everything has got a DC 1 higher because we use a stratagem card, so it's technically a 20.
Yeah. So let me tell you what I'm trying to accomplish with this spell, and then I'll read you the actual spell description for a success. If that works.
Okay. Let's see what your bullshit is.
Okay. I'm trying to basically bring the vines out, make a web, and just restrain and pause shit for a second. So that my brother doesn't continue to fall any further. And that this other thing cannot get away. Okay, well, you know
your brother's not falling. He's just hiding and lighting a torch. I am tossing the frozen body in the air, pulling it into myself to consume it to go to phase 3.
I'm still trying to polish it.
So
That's
all
like-
it does is slow me, right?
Yeah.
So
It will immobilize.
okay, I rolled
Or,
a 17, which unfortunately is shy because you have a +1 to your
Yeah.
DCs right now towards the stratagem. That is one success towards
Yep.
wounding it, but I am not happy now.
Okay, and I am mistaken. I was looking at criticals. It is only a 10-foot circumstance penalty to speed for one
So it'll
round.
slow me, which means you can keep up with me if I run. So I'm in it. Do I have to make a save every round?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's not going to be enough to. Whoops, wrong one. That's not going to be enough to stop me. But so that's Georgia, me. Inside, I'm going to ask the same questions. Burke, what would you use for your initiative?
I would say perception's fine with me, but I was using athletics to kind of like
Not
get
get
away
pulled.
from this, so I
Yeah.
thought maybe I would.
Athletics
that.
is fine. And Maria, what about you? And what are your initiatives?
I'm gonna use perception because I was trying to see what type of like bullshit Lysithea was on.
Yeah. No. 100%. I got Lycynthia's initiative,
Okay.
and I rolled the creature's initiative. Not great. Maria, what do you got?
I got a 23.
Okay, that's really good. Burke?
20.
Okay. I got a 16.
That's 23.
Maria, you're first. What do you want to do?
Okay. Because I'm hoping that taking this thing out will maybe convince Lysithea to not shoot Burke. I'm within 10 feet. I'm going to try and activate my, I'm going to try and do the, I just had it up. Exploit vulnerability on whatever is trying to attack Burke.
Okay. Are you all starting a damage stratagem?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
It gives extra damage if you guys complete it. That's all it comes down to.
Okay. I would say yes, because even if it's not related to what's going on with us, it's still related to the house.
It's
And
just
maybe
a stratagem. Like, you guys are
Yeah.
work together enough to where it's
Yeah.
like, well, not even a lot. You guys work together a little bit. Lysithea won't count towards the stratagem.
Right. Well, I
But-
feel like Burke and I have bonded a little bit over our secret
It's
time in
it's
the
that
other
concept
area.
of, like, shoot it, throw it down, put it out the
Yeah.
window. It's like combining everything together in a scene to make it work. So what do you
Alright.
got?
So for my esoteric vulnerability, I got an 18.
Okay. What would you like to know?
If that is a success, I recall an important fact about the creature, learning its highest weakness.
It is known as a ectoplasmic shadow.
Okay.
They are similar to oozes, but intelligent. The only
Okay.
weakness that they have is cold.
Okay. So I did that. Then
Someone just pounding on keyboards.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted.
Dear's diary. Fuck this
Dear diary.
ooze.
This is dumb. So then, I recall that, and I, as part of my exploit vulnerability, I am going to draw on the memory of my heritage,
Okay.
and my whip becomes encased in ice
Okay.
temporarily.
Okay.
As I lash out to strike it, and as I lash out, I tell Burke and Lysithea that this ectoplasmic shadow is apparently weak to cold.
Okay.
So if you can swing that at all, it's the complete opposite of what we dealt with a couple of days ago, Burke.
Correct.
Understood.
And
that
what's your
is
roll to
a
hit?
17 to hit.
That does hit me on the money.
Okay, so that is a 1d4 plus my strength. Wow, okay, so I did 9 points of damage,
Okay.
and then whatever its weakness to cold is.
Yep. Already added it in. It starts to freeze, and chunks of it crack and fall back into the kettle that Burke is holding.
Okay.
Its head rotates and looks at you through the back of the ooze.
Okay. And then let's see what else do I got here.
You got one action left, right?
Yes. I'm going to
strike it again.
Yeah, because there's not really a lot I can do right now. Like I can't. I don't want to try and
-5?
to push it.
So no crit
Okay.
yet, so I'm thinking just a 1 to the stratagem.
Yeah, that's a 16, 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And wow, that's another 9 points of damage.
Okay. It cracks, loses one of its limbs. You definitely fucked this thing up. The cold is doing a lot of extra damage to it. That would take us to Burke. Burke, what do you want to do? She's whipped it twice with frost. It's crystallized, but it's not gone yet.
So I'm not sure if setting it down is going to be helpful to it or hinder it because it's been, peeing on the carpet whenever it's touching the ground. But I can't do anything. I can't do anything if I'm holding it. So I am going to set it down. I have been saying, or I have
Are
been
you
saying, I have been
dropping
rolling
it or setting it? Setting it would be like to set it carefully is an action.
an action to set it carefully.
Dropping it is just fuck it. I mean, you get 3 actions in the game. A lot of times, that third action's for nothing anyway.
No, I have 3 actions all planned out, but I can go without one of them. So
just drop it.
I will carefully set it down.
Okay.
And then decent cold. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, that's how I was
I
like, if you
will-
can whip it up somehow.
No. That's cool. That's cool. I can do this. Let me roll on my random thing to determine what my weapon looks like.
Random thing? You have a random thing generator for your weapon?
I use a website that generates random weapons, so I'm choosing like what it's gonna look like.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So this okay, cold. Absence of heat. Got it. And I pull back and I take 2 actions and I just gears and everything swirling kind of heat up around me, and fire coalesces into my hand and makes this long like spear-like shape, and it gets like the flames kind of like get real blue, and like they just kind of
You can do the same bullshit?
and I stab it with this spear. Let's see if it hits.
You do the same bullshit?
Yes. This is a 29 to hit.
That's a
Not a
crit.
29. Sorry. 19. 20. Sorry, it's a 20. I'm doing my math wrong.
It's a 20 to hit?
I'm adding my spell DC or class DC rather. It's,
Oh, okay.
It's 20 to hit.
A 20 hits me. That is not a crit, but that does put towards it.
Okay. But it is
It's fucking cold damage. Why am I even
8
here?
cold damage as this spear sucks the heat from this creature.
Well, I take an extra 10 anytime I take cold damage. So
See it.
fuck you too.
We'd love to see it.
And it cracks and shatters and falls back into the pot, and the skull is kind of floating in the pot as it's slowly kind of like bone falling apart, filling the ooze, and it's just that ooze in the pot now. And that's it. Like Cynthia's
The
like,
spear vanishes.
wow, and she rolls and she puts another round in. When it gets killed and falls, she's like, who's that? She like wipes her eyes a little bit.
That's Burke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must still have sleep. I didn't mean to shoot at you. I must almost hit you.
Oh, no harm. It missed.
Oh, yeah, I feel horrible. I drank a lot last night. Getting woke up in the middle of the night, probably not the best thing to be shooting at people. Are you?
I know it wasn't on purpose, so we're good.
You cooking? What's that? Why do you have soup in here? She like walks over to the pot.
No. This is the creature that was just crawling out of you. Did you not see that?
Oh, I saw a a creature, and I closed my eyes, and I saw you standing over a pot.
It was coming like it was the ectoplasmic ooze coming out of the pot, Cynthia. I think maybe it covered him up, and that's why you were having some issues.
I kind of looked at
It
Maria
looks like soup to me.
Is she okay?
It looks like soup.
I mean, trust me, it's not. It's there's like weird bone shards in here, Cynthia. I mean, if you're hungry or something, I can go in the kitchen and get you something
No. Wait, hold on. I'm not hungry. I saw a creature, close my eyes, open them, and there's just a pot in here. And Burke, which I remember meeting you in the morning.
Hours ago. Yeah.
I don't, something's not right, is what she starts. She's like, I don't feel the best. And as I say, not feeling the best, I'm going to cut us over to our group outside. This creature is a tall, multi-mouth-eyed creature that is trying to pack itself back into a bear skin. You're first. Rector, what would you like to do?
I'm going to light a torch.
Okay.
And toss it into its mouth.
But you toss it and try to put it in its mouth. That is called a roll. First off, lighting a torch is an action. So that's one action.
Yep.
Second roll. Roll to hit. What could go wrong? You could miss.
Trying to find.
On top of missing, you could light yourself on fire, maybe. Roll 1. Stress could kick in because you've had an entire scene to figure this out.
No. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to remember if. Okay.
It's a range attack.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of damage, but it is fire, and it's natural fire.
Yeah. Are you?
Which they told us
They
it
did.
takes more damage from.
Yep.
Yes.
Correct. It is harmed by natural fires, not magical.
I'm trying to figure out my proficiency with throwing a torch.
It'd be an improvised weapon.
It's improvised.
So I don't get my proficiency to it.
Probably.
Because I'm not trained in improvised weapons.
No, correct.
Well,
You do not.
You take a -1 to the attack roll.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, fuck. Okay, so
You get
my
your
dex
dexterity
is-
bonus plus your proficiency bonus -1 for being not good at using improvised weapons. It's your total bonus -1. If that's correct.
I'm sorry. No, you take a -2 item penalty to attack rolls with an improvised weapon. It's -2.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on page 275.
I will mark that down
And then if it is a ranged damage, if it's a ranged attack roll,
mostly just trying to hit it with the fire.
right?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out if because normally your proficiency is, if you're untrained, it's +0 because I'm untrained in improvised
No,
weapons.
that's not it. I literally just said, Drew, it's improvised weapons. If you're attacking with something that wasn't built to be a weapon,
It's -2.
improvised weapons are simple weapons, but you take a -2 item penalty because it's improvised.
I'm sorry, I missed this.
Just the -2. So roll and take 2 off.
Right. So
I'm not hard to hit. I am
Have no
large.
penalty.
yeah, no. So it's 5. So +3 +6. So 20.
Yep,
Dirty
the hit's
20.
not
Yeah,
a crit,
14
but
on
it does hit me.
Okay.
Torches are D6 fire damage, I believe.
Think so. 5 points.
I take a lot because it's fire, which is very not what I want. As it ignites, there is now I will tell you that your sister can see a geyser of fire on the other side. As it lights like it is covered in gasoline. From foot to head, just. But it does
Greedy with
know
the
where
dynamite.
you are. You have a third action. What would you like to do? Run is always an option.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Your trap is out front of this, so if it comes towards you, it will not hit the trap.
Correct. Yeah. I am going to. I'm going to shoot it.
All right.
With my rifle.
2 hands. You don't have anything in your hands right now. Well, you drop you pocket your flint and steel because now you can put something away and draw a weapon at the same time, if I remember correctly, in PF2 Remastered. Swap item, yeah. Swap, that's what it's called, swap.
25 to hit.
That hits me. That's not a crit, but does hit me.
Okay.
Is that with the penalty? As a second attack. Yes, you do. Second attack. First one was throwing the weapon. Second attack is a -5.
Oh, right. Sorry, I only played a wizard the first time around. So it's a 20 to hit.
It still hits me, you fucker. You're right. Wizards don't get multiple attacks in this edition. What's your damage?
I do. I just never use them. So this thing is my prey.
It is. That is true. You did mark it as your prey earlier, and I did say it was the bear, so you definitely know it's your prey.
So that gives me a plus. I don't know. This is the. Oh. Question, Eric. Because I have my hunt prey, I get precision with that. It happens on the first attack. So because I aimed for the mouth.
That's not. You just hit it. That's not, Drew. That you didn't crit, motherfucker. You hit it.
No, I don't have to crit.
I'm just saying you hit it. You hit it.
D8 for my first.
Yeah.
For my first attack.
Yeah, I'll still give you the D8. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that first attack gets another 3 points.
I just want to point out because you said you hit it in the mouth. That's not how that. That's not how that goes. You stupid fuck.
Being precise.
No,
the gun does another 3 points to it.
So what's the total? Between the 8 and the 6?
I know the 8 was on the first attack. It's only on the first attack for the round only.
How much was it?
3 points from the D8, and then 3 points this attack from the gun.
All right, cool. I am still up. I can see where you are. I would like to go before Georgia because I have 15. It turns. It slinkies towards you as the head hits the ground, like that tendril. I made my save. The head hit the ground. These feet slide up its body as tendrils extend with the claws on the end of it to give me reach to hit you.
Nice.
And I'm gonna roll to hit you. Does a 21 hit you?
Just.
Okay. That's good because I want to just be able to hit you. You take 7 points of damage. My athletics roll versus your fort DC. Does a 20 beat your fort DC?
Which is my fort plus 10, right?
Yep, fort bonus with a 10.
It does.
I grab you and pull you into me. I don't mean like into me, I mean like into me.
Okay.
As it starts to wrap its bear skin around you. You feel little pokes and mouths and eyes open up on the inside of this creature and start gnawing at you. I do a free D6 of damage, 2 points, as the mouth start biting at you on the inside. If you fail another roll, or I get another grapple, or you don't get free, I consume you, and you're inside the creature.
Okay.
Outside is Georgia's turn. That was my actions. Georgia, what would you like to do?
All right, so Georgia is going to go ahead and she has pulled out her pine tar bow. So she is going to go ahead, steady, set fire to the ammunition and attack.
You still got to move one. You blind fired last time.
I still have to move one?
Yep, you still have to move one and then shoot. Okay.
So I will move one and shoot.
All right,
yep,
now,
with the pine tar bow.
With that said, Serving Hands kindly played Ethauntia Max Crit. It is a legendary card. Turn a hit into a crit, do max damage. Now, we'll see how well you roll here. This is that time where I really feel like a 1 is very optimal.
Cool.
No stress or anything. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Its AC is low. I will tell you that. All you got to do is hit me.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I just want to look for that little jackalope. Okay.
Yeah, spit on it. Rub it down. Heard it makes it work better. Is that at least a 15 at least? Would you get
That's
16?
a 25, Eric. That's an 18 on the dice. Plus 5 for my proficiency. Plus 2 for my dexterity. For a 25.
So it's normally not a crit. It would have just been a hit. are you using the legendary card?
Fuck yes, I am.
That's good. I would recommend it. I have a lot of hit points because I'm consuming your brother. With that, that is a crit.
Fucking stop that shit.
That is a crit. Give me max damage.
Beauts. Okay.
And if I remember this correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Todd and Kelly, but when you take a crit, you also take the weakness twice, correct? I think so. You don't have to roll anything other than do your max damage. So what's your damage for your bow?
15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
But I also take 30 twice.
Oh! Boo!
Yeah. With
Okay.
that, it hits it and ignites on fire. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. That is 60. So 75 from that one shot, plus the 41 I've already taken. As it bursts into flame, you see it start to burn off of your sibling with the crit. As it starts to melt down, the bones of multiple people fall out of it, and numerous sets of sharp, gnashing teeth fall around on the ground. This would definitely be a good creature to gather monster parts from, but you are in the cold, and it is burning. You don't have a really good way to move it in as a reminder to the two of you. Edgar, you're not going to die from this thing. Be happy, because I do 2d12 if I would have consumed you. As it melts down into slag, there's lightning across the sky. The lightning hits where you believe the crash site to be. There is an explosion of green and orange that fills the air and starts to form this like ring-like cloud around the crash site. And it ignites the air, and you can see miles out. Inside the house, the entire house lights up from the explosion. Lysynthia screams. Her eyes start to bleed, and tendrils start to crawl out of her ears, her mouth, her eyes, her pores. It pops fingernails off of her as she hits the ground and like starts convulsing. Upstairs, you hear a second scream of a male somewhere in the house. What do the two people in the house want to do?
Does it look like I got booted out of the game? That's okay. Does it look like Lysynthia is transforming?
It looks like the creature is trying to rip itself free. Starting hands and have a mental breakdown.
I want to.
Quick, play the buddy card. Oh wait.
No, that's not how that works. Yeah, I'd like to play Frenemy, please.
Frenemy, please.
No. Let me.
The creature's like, hey, Maria, we went to college together.
Do you remember we went to monster hunting class together?
Now, I would like to remind the group, we do have an improved library card that got played. I am happy to say that this is something that's already part of that library, which would give you a lore in the library, if that's something you think that would help the situation. As a heads up, we did get another one. But she's convulsing, and it's trying to rip itself free.
It's trying to rip itself free.
She's
Use
tough.
library card. I mean, I was in there tonight looking at stuff. Maybe I happened to spot something.
Also possibly.
Now.
Yeah, let's do that, I guess.
All right.
Makes sense for this.
I will play the Serving Hands library lore. What would you like that lore to be in the library? We already decided at the end of last session that we are going to have a
Storm
library
Studios played this
lore
fall.
in there, which was for Golthok, which is the creature that's there. And we also have a lore for hunting. What would you like to add to this library and books that he saw when he was in there? Is there another lore or that you would like to add?
Storm
like
Bunny's
medicine,
plays
healing,
his part.
anatomy.
Might work.
I would say like maybe medical lore or surgical lore to see like how we can try and get this out of her.
Medical's a good. We can use medical.
The reason I'm saying surgical lore is because it'd be more specific than ruling like medicine.
I think anatomy's.
Anatomy lore?
Yeah. I would say
Let's
anatomy.
go with anatomy lore.
All right,
And it's
or you
available
could
on
do
one of the many
disease.
backgrounds.
Lore on disease.
Disease lore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more appropriate to what we're facing.
It
right?
is.
Yeah. Let's do
Alright.
disease lore.
All right, disease lore it is. I never thought we would be adding a disease lore to a game, unless it was Walking Dead.
We started the campaign with a disease. What do you?
Yeah,
expect,
right.
Yeah,
So
true.
with a disease
True.
lore, you were in there. You do know there's knowledge in there. You guys have had the afternoon that you were studying and stuff. Who would like to make that check between the two of you, or do you want to aid each other at putting things together? She's convulsing on the floor as a third fingernail pops off and hits the window.
I can definitely aid you.
Yeah.
Okay.
For anyone who's lost a fingernail before,
Then I guess I'll do the lore.
Violently from
Roll.
tendrils popping through your body.
violently, just fucking normal.
And
Everyday
so with the
occurrence.
library, we're considered trained.
You are considered trained. If you already have that lore, you get a bonus, but you
Okay,
don't.
well, I
obviously.
don't already have disease lore, but
Mhm.
I'm considered trained, which is I just wanted to know so I
Yep.
knew what modifier to add.
Yep. Yay, pathology! Serving hand says. Lore
Okay.
pathology.
Well, I got a Burke, were you successful in helping, aiding?
I got a nat 20 to aid you, so get a +2.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Then I got a 21
21.
for disease
This thing is
lore.
afraid of fire. So technically, if you were to ignite part of her, it may flee quicker. Or you could burn it as it's exiting her and maybe damage the creature that's crawling out of her. But you want the whole thing out of her.
Right.
Fire behind her and hold her down might work.
I could make the little paddles like you would for a defibrillator, but just fire, just. No,
Burke,
that's
can you
last
actually
resort.
can you like make a fire look bigger than it would appear? Like, can we start a fire and have you like stoke it or something while I hold her down?
Scare it out
Yes.
of her? Okay,
Oh my
I'm
God.
not opposed to this.
I mean, because otherwise it's going to be me trying to cauterize her with.
Hot water would work, but it'd take a long time to heat hot water unless you had magic to make the water hot.
Right.
I can't make large amounts of fire though. It would be like little bit at a time, little bit. I didn't take the feet from that.
How many
Yeah,
rounds
but
would it take you to make that little bit larger? That's my question.
It's an action every time to like increase the size of a flame.
By how
Like, I
much?
really can't do more than just like. How much do you think a light bulk amount of fire is?
I forgot. It would be like a soccer ball, I think was what the argument was. It's
Yeah.
a light bulk, yeah.
I mean, I could start something on fire would probably be more efficient than
Yeah?
to.
Start part of
okay,
the room
so-
on fire.
Well, I
Or
was gonna say,
Lycynthia.
Or Lycynthia.
I mean, that's also yeah, but that's like our last resort. Okay, set. We're in the game room.
Inferno sauce.
Set one of the chairs on fire. Fuck it.
Easily
We can-
done.
we
There's
can make-
chairs,
we can
there's
make a new
carpet, there's a billiards table, there's curtains that you could pull down.
I will grapple her and
Okay.
then set it on fire.
Then that's important. I do need you to. She does get a bonus to this because the creature gives her a bonus to her strength.
Right.
I do need you to beat my DC, please.
Your fort DC.
Fort DC. Yep.
Okay. I believe my athletics. Yep. Trained in that. Thank goodness.
Now, would we say this is a stressful moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to test this mechanic. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
I'm game.
All right. So stress
But
to
I
each
got
of
an
you.
natural 20.
Okay, well, the -1 isn't going to affect you then. As you pin her down, Reiki comes in and helps you and stands on her.
Okay.
And
He
it
knows what's up.
grabs one of the tendrils and starts to pull, like trying to rip it out of her, like from her tear duct.
Okay.
Can you? What are you doing, Burke?
Cringing.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
God
cringe as
damn.
a free action.
I mean, I'm
I am-
wincing and cringing too. Do not worry about it.
But Burke's in crisis mode because he's been living like this for like a year now. Not this exact
Forever.
situation,
Yeah. No,
but he's been dealing with fucked up monsters for over a year. So
Yeah.
he is going to go focus mode, and he is going to. I would like to prepare an action to assist Maria on her next, whatever she's doing next. So like, if she's going to be,
well,
if
they
she
need
needs help holding
fire.
her-
That's what we're worried about right now.
Okay, then I will conjure fire. I will burn this chair.
Okay. Put it behind her. Light it on fire. Set it on her.
Yeah, and get it in real nice and close.
Like
and
put it
then-
over top of her and like cage of fire her.
And since they have an aversion to fire, it's
Mhm.
probably going to want to get away from it. So I will ready an action to
I have
help
to make a
Maria's
save,
grapple.
Ooh, I did not roll great
ready.
for my save for my thing. And you're gonna
An
assist
action to
her.
help later.
So I'll put one more towards that. We got a crit from her. We are 2 away from full doing either damage, stratagem, or capture, whatever it is you guys decide you wanted to do. Do you have any other actions you're doing?
Not a crit, so it's just a +1 for your grapple. So, light the fire. Spend an action to aid
Okay.
as a reaction for later.
Okay.
I can have one more, right?
Yeah. You sure can.
I will raise my shield in case this thing gets violent.
Okay. So you pin it, grapple it. She's fighting for her life through it. Audience, unfortunately, I need 2d10 for damage to her as it is trying to free itself from her. Outside, you have a burning husk. Regder, you can step out of it. She killed this, crit it with a card. Smart play. What do you want to do with the burning husk? Correct me, group, for monster parts, but you can gather monster parts off of it with a roll. We're not going to take a downtime action for it because you're in the middle of a fucking ether storm and the sky lit up and there's screams coming from the house. But you can
If
grab.
we can hear screams from the house.
Can you grab monster parts after you kill a creature as an action, Todd? Do you remember how that works? Or does it take longer than that? Will we have to come out the next day to get it?
It was sort of hand waved as when the fight's done, you collect the parts, and it's like it's automatic, or you can spend time and make a roll
downtime.
to get
Yeah.
more money's worth.
So with
out of
that
it.
said, I would
So-
say you have no time
Oh.
to gather if you're going to run to the house.
Yeah, I was just. This is secondary. We'll come back and get this stuff.
All
'cause,
right.
Like, I'll make a mental note of where it is,
Agreed.
and
Do you have a
we'll
way to
come back
move
and-
quicker back towards the 100 foot from the house? Actually, less than that now. You'd be about 60 to the house because you moved back 30 and then all that shit broke loose.
3 full actions just running.
So you
We'll
get
get
to
you
the
back to
side
the door.
door that is covered. I will move the map. This one is barricaded, right? Because they covered it back up and there's some snow.
Yeah,
The one back
thought we went
here
out
where your
this one.
character is, this one is open.
that's the one we came out of, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably. No, you went around the outside of the house.
Wait, that door's open.
Like you can go in it. Like it's not locked. It's not barricaded.
Got it.
This one is actually barricaded. They have like nailed it shut and shit like that because Maria damaged it fighting the creature through.
Right. Yeah, we'll go in.
Okay. So you guys
Don't
get through
go
the
in that
back of
one.
it this round. That takes us back over into the burning room. Well then, next round, what would you two like to do? You're going to continue grappling it and holding it down and using fire. Is that the game plan?
Yeah.
All right, I will aid you in the grapple with Reiki for my first one. I aid you, get a +1,
Okay.
and I will gnash and bite and pull this tendril. It snaps and it sprays this like black liquid into the air.
My athletics was a 21 to try and keep the grapple.
That is enough to hold the grapple. Do you want to do anything with your other actions? Are you like pushing things into the fire, any of that kind of shit? Like, are you?
I'm just trying to hold her down.
Okay, so you're grappling only.
Yeah.
So that's a success from you. And then, Burke, what would you like to do? We are currently at 5 successes towards the 6 victory point condition.
All right, I'm going to. Is she thrashing a whole lot?
Yeah, not now. She's pinned down underneath a fucking dinosaur and Maria
Okay.
Yeah.
with a chair over top of her that's ablaze.
Yeah.
This looks like it should have been a strip show and just did not turn out right.
It's
Oh.
just
God.
in bizarro world.
Bachelorette party went wrong.
Went real wrong. A dinosaur, a burning chair, and tendrils. Like, it sounds like
this
the
is
opening.
This is the worst donkey show ever.
That's not even good damage. I'm disappointed in the audience for 4 points of damage. Disappointed.
To me, though.
So what are you doing, Burke? We're 1 point away from victory condition. What's your action to try to do this?
In a way, I would like to use my. I have to find the name of it. I'm sorry. It's,
Is it a... Fuck.
sorry, that's not going to do a thing right now. So
Failing,
I am
right
going
here.
to continue with the flame, and
Mhm.
then I'm going to I could make manacles to put on her, but she's already seems to be
She's
held
totally
down
pinned.
well by Reiki.
I mean, you could light
I'm
something
going to-
else on fire.
Bring in like a second item, grab
Mm-hmm.
another item, bring it over.
Like a pool
up.
cue on fire.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Most dangerous weapon in the world.
Give me I think an intimidation check is probably the most logical thing for this.
Not great at that, but I can give it a try.
You got fire. It's a good start.
That is nat 20 for a 20.
Hell yeah.
It's not a crit. But as you're prodding at it, it slides out of her mouth and the tendrils kind of come together as it starts crawling towards the floorboards, looking for a way out of here. You have 2 actions left.
I do?
Yeah, you used
Then
one,
I will-
right?
Is it okay? Is it within 5 or 10 feet of me?
I'd say
It's
10,
crawling
yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will conjure this. Let me just hit the random button. here.
Kebab it with the flaming pool cue. Thunk.
Throw
Has to
some,
be
Oh,
throw
not
some
magical
nice.
fire.
flaming billiard balls at it.
I yeah. I bring my hand up and almost instinctively punch at it, but if this lance actually a fire lance
What?
appears in my hand and I jab it. My attacks can be shaped into weaponry, and I'm just rolling a chart for like what the random weapon is because it can be
These
different.
characters.
And it has reach. It has 10-foot reach.
Of course it does.
So let me just see
So
if I
pull
hit. That is
Todd and
26.
Todd and
Yeah,
I
oh
are
yeah,
back on our
that
Pathfinder
crits me,
2
actually.
bullshit.
That crits me,
Yeah,
actually.
but
I'm a
instead of
16.
Team Undead,
so-
it's Team Green Lantern.
So it's kind of low, but because I used 2 actions, I had my con bonus to the damage. So we're
And
looking
this was a
at-
damage stratagem. You add 3 d6. 1 for each
Oh,
threshold passed. And it's fire damage, right?
Yes, 22 fire damage.
That's
Wow.
32. So no, sorry, 52 fire damage.
Well, you said last time magical fire doesn't trigger the weakness.
Oh, I
This
thought yours
is
was
magical.
natural. Oh no, then it's just the 20.
No, my fire is
Gotcha.
Sorry,
Gotcha. I'm still alive.
I conjure fire from the plane that makes fire in the universe,
But it's
It's
magical.
not fire enough for
Yeah.
this.
It has to be.
Yes.
It can't be magical. I have magical immunities. As you hit it again, it starts crawling towards a floorboard. It peels back two of the floorboards to crawl in with tendrils. There's gnashing teeth everywhere. My one action is to break free, because it's my turn. I'm going to spit teeth at you, Burke. Does a 16 hit you for the first attack?
No.
Does a 19 hit you for the second attack with penalty?
Oh, not somewhere in my special armor.
Ice teeth ricochet off of you and like stick into the ceiling, stick into the floorboard next to you, and they're like this, like long 3-inch dagger teeth. The group coming in from outside, the floorboards above you creak heavily,
God.
like weighted, like
Oh, I mean, upon that, Georgia's gonna fucking sprint.
Yeah, Regner's right behind her, double moving. I make it to here
Okay.
with 3 moves. So Georgia, I think, probably makes it to.
There is another
front of me.
flash of light, and all of the eyes in the statues turn off.
Oh my god. Okay, okay.
As the ether storm cracks once more and stops. Snow falls normally. Upstairs, the groaning is louder as a second footfall. At the top of the stairs, you can see a silhouette, Drew, of a fairly large, bulbous creature. At the rail, you see a hand, like grab it, human size. You see the head of Raimundo turn and look down the stairs. Behind it, though, you can see the tendrils through his body puppeteering his head to look over the rail at you and to move his hand. As he goes, everything is fine. And it comes from behind him. We will be all right.
Ventriloquism, week 1.
Trust me. We are fine. I need a will save from you as you get to the bottom of the stairs.
Get fucked.
Oof.
Yep. I also need to know if Georgia follows his close.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Yes,
I also need a will
but-
save from you.
Okay, can Allie also like attempt a will save here?
No, but you can take a point of stress.
Ugh. That's not terrible. That's 18.
Okay, that's good. That doesn't look like Regner got an 18, though. How are you doing, buddy?
No, I didn't. I got a 26.
Oh, you're totally fine. The fear does set in, and you can feel the weight of whatever it's thinking trying to pry into your mind, but it's not strong enough. Since it doesn't work, it freaks out and tosses the teeth from its head as Raimundo's head explodes. Shattering the teeth down like a shotgun blast over the floor where you are. I need reflex saves from both of you. I am using a pelting shot. It hits a 30-foot cone. You're welcome. I told you we were playing the Ethauntia that I've wanted to run for some time.
I like that guy stew.
What?
He likes feeding it to us.
23.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna use my own patch. I'm gonna
Okay.
patch in. Okay. Okay.
This could be worse.
That's much better. It's not great. It's
Okay.
only a 17.
Okay, I'm giving you guys both +2 because there is the rail in the way and stuff like that. It is 24 points of damage. If you made the save, it is half. Both of you made the save. His teeth shatter down into the area, ripping through carpet, blowing wood apart and splintering it. That was the first attack, was the will save. The second attack was me using the ranged attack of the shotgun blast in the area. The third attack, it rolls over the top of the rail and tumbles down the stairs, snapping the bones of Raimundo, giving him spiked armor. Anyone who hits him with a melee attack will also take damage, as there are splinters of bone sticking out of this creature. So back in the room where you're
Okay.
burning the creature and where Lysynthia is, Reiki steps off of her. And this thing is trying to pull boards up to get away. It seems to be out of Lysynthia, but she does pass out. I failed her save. What would the two of you like to do? Reiki's like getting down, getting ready to jump on it.
If Lysynthia is like down and
She's out. She's breathing, but she's out. She's bleeding,
okay.
but she's all right.
Okay. I don't want this thing escaping.
That is a very good thing. Yeah, I agree with that. And it's ripping floorboards up to get into the basement.
It's ripping floorboards, so I'm gonna do exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
This is what happens when you don't burn books, guys. Jesus, serving
Okay,
hands.
so that was a 22. So I don't think that was a crit, so I know what I know, which is it's weak to normal fire.
Yep.
Then with my, like, I guess, like, I push myself up, I do the esoteric lore exploit vulnerability, and then I lash out with my whip, and again, I'm kind of using the memory of the summer court, like, lighting up my whip with normal fire.
Sure.
To trigger its weakness.
Yeah.
That is a 25 to hit, 24 to hit.
That hits me, does not crit me.
Okay.
Stratagem is already done. I've already taken the 3d6. It is fucked up.
It's gonna be 7 points of damage, and then whatever it takes.
37. I'm still up, but I am pretty messed up if you have any actions left. It is ignited now.
Okay, so if getting up is 1, doing the esoteric lore is 1, or the exploit vulnerability, I am out of actions.
All right, that takes us to Burke. Burke, what do you want to do? It is pull the floorboards apart. It's trying to slither and make its malleable body fit through the floorboards.
I think all I can do is attack it because it's
Sure.
not. Can't. I don't want to grab onto it.
Right?
We've seen what it does when that happens.
Yeah, I think you should grab it.
I think as my free action, I'm like, maybe stick something in the burning chair to set it on fire and then hit it?
Basically, stop using your goddamn shitty magical fire on this creature.
Yeah, okay, like. Yeah. All right, so I'll just
hit it with a chair.
I am so bad with any attack that's like
the chair.
So, all right
We've
then.
got WrestleMania up in here.
I will just, I will grab the chair.
Okay.
I'll pick up the chair.
Okay.
And I'll smash the chair on this thing.
Give me a roll, -2. But you're stressed, so -3, technically. I did put a point of stress.
Oh, everybody was stressed.
You were in the room.
Okay, that gives me a whole whopping +4 to this. So 10 to hit.
Are you good with that? Would you like to use a patch near the end of the show for the day?
Yeah, you know what? I definitely don't need this for a saving throw later. I'll spend my patch.
Someone has learned the rules.
You've played Flamey Spoony before.
12 it jumps it to. A whole 2 extra points.
So what was the total?
He's got 12 to hit.
That's unfortunately. You hit the floor next to it. It shatters, but it does not hit it. Does not do damage to me. What would you like to do?
I will then shoot it with my regular.
All right, roll to hit.
Is that a penalty then?
It sure is.
Yeah, but it's not an improvised weapon at least.
It'd be -6, unless it's a finesse. It'd be -5.
-5 for a second attack.
No, but stress.
With the stress.
I was already adding the stress in.
God, not worth.
Do you want to take another stress? If you get the 3, you can get a crit.
Oh, I do not.
Okay, well,
sure, we might need it for
the big creature. Yeah, we will.
I have AOE, but it's 2 actions. That sucks. Okay, so I will then.
Feels like you need.
I'll have to shoot it with I'll have to attack it with a weapon that I conjure.
Okay.
And it will be at a -6. This is still a better attack. Nope, now 1. Nope.
You miss again, and it falls through the hole. Now, on the map, since you were close to it, I'd like you to look in the lower right-hand corner of the map there, Todd, as it slides through into the hole below. There's a green glow that comes out of that area. Far, far, far lower right.
Oh, God.
Which lower right?
Far lower right of the entire map.
Below the second floor.
Before the second floor.
Hello, that's not good. I'm not happy. No.
You don't like that?
No.
I don't like any rift in the basement.
So I'm going to do that.
This is the Everston Manor all over again.
It is not. I promise you that. I will pull this up so the audience can see it. It falls down. There is this small, like, rip in the veil that it falls down and starts crawling towards whatever this cut between the fabric of here and wherever there is. There's fire that is coming out of it, but it is like this weird greenish flames. It isn't warm when you look down into it. And that will take us to, I think, the lobby with the other two to close our night out. What do you two want to do? Would you like to run to the group? Or are you going to fight it here? What's the plan to the siblings? It is not water.
You said it was coming down,
yeah.
rolling down the stairs.
Yes. Here, let me make this a little easier for you. Here you go. Like fell over the rail, hit the stairs, cracked them, and started rolling down the stairs.
Got it.
I didn't know we were playing Katamari Damacy.
We are not. That didn't have spiny bones that kill people.
I'm sure someone can mod it in on PC.
Trickster said, channel your inner blue demon. I believes in you.
Ever play Carrion?
God damn, we have a lot of fucking gold cards tonight. 1,000 Gales, the Carpenter.
Nice.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Jay from Storm Bunny bringing the fucking epics, the legendaries.
Yeah, here's another one for us.
That's epic. Oh, we will get to that then. I have a plan for that. So anyway, what would you like to do, you two? Are you running or are you staying here?
Strength 24.
No, definitely
Georgia-
running.
Yeah, I
I've
think
been
Georgia's
inside
going
one. We
to.
don't want to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a matter of the like wrist to wrist kind of like hold and pull sort of deal to get up the stairs away from this thing as quickly as possible.
Upstairs towards it?
No.
Oh.
Not
Because it
upstairs.
fell onto us, right?
It's here.
No, it's on the map.
It's on the map. It's getting
See?
ready to...
Right here. It's rolling down the stairs from the second floor to the first floor.
I see. Okay. I thought it was like
No,
right
it
up
went
in our
over
face
the
already.
rail on the second floor, fell to the first floor.
Okay, so my course of action would be like,
Thank you. I'm making my attack opportunity. I have reach.
oh shit. Well,
Nope,
Eric,
can't take it back. No.
May
No.
I was showing you the direction because I have something ready.
But you were
Can I-
moving there.
Yes, while I cast Mist, which is, well, I can't move. I have to cast Mist first because it's 3 actions.
Are you casting a spell next to me?
The way you say that makes me feel like I should say no, but yes, I have to.
Okay, I'm making a roll to hit you. Does a 20 hit you?
Okay. Oh, shucks. Yeah, it does.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
What is your fortitude DC?
Actually, you know what? It does not.
How does it not?
My shield. I don't have my shield with me. Never mind, it hits me. Yes, okay.
Cool. What's your fortitude
10
DC?
points of damage. My fortitude DC would be a 19.
I got a 22.
Okay, cool.
You see your sister get pulled towards the ball. His tendrils lash out as she's casting, grabbing her, and pulling her close. You're not inside of it, but you're next to it. Same situation that your brother was in. You have 2 actions left. What would you like to do? Actually, you could cast Mist still if you would like to try to cast Mist.
Mist is a 3 action.
Oh.
So that's my full turn.
Cool. You cast Mist. You have Mist. I hit you and pulled you in. Are you now Mist? Is that how that spell works? Is it like gaseous form?
No. So Mist is it obscures the area. So call forth a cloud of mist. All creatures within the mist become concealed. All creatures outside the mist become concealed to the creatures within it, and you can dismiss it.
How does interruption work? Because they have reaction on cast or move.
So if it was a critical hit, it would disrupt the spell. Otherwise,
Just a hit.
think she just takes the hit.
Yeah.
And the
'cause,
spell
like,
still
That's
goes
how
off?
Fighters reactive strike works.
Okay, that's pretty dope. Let me get the measuring tool. How big of an area is it, Allie?
It's going to be a 20-foot burst.
So
But with a
one,
remaster, it's like
two.
stepping into a parallel dimension. The rules might be slightly different.
So it's about that big. Okay. You want it to cover the two of you and the creature, or just the two of you in like south?
Just the two of us, so we can get the fuck out.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the corner of it because there's no way to put a marker right now. You said 20 foot from you.
20-foot burst, yes.
It's a 20-foot radius from her. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just getting tokens out. So you were here 5, 10, 15, 20.
Well, that's me. She was behind me.
I know. I counted from you.
Yeah. Where'd I go?
Where am I?
You're underneath
know.
it. I'll move you in a sec. You're
I'm
underneath it.
trying.
You can't. I have to move the creature.
Oh, yay.
20, 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. That is stupid. Cool. So there is an explosion of mist in the area. You're obscured.
Mm-hmm.
You have two. You have three actions, Regdor. What would you like to do? Is it pulls her in?
Fucking Jello out of a cup.
Jello shots.
Jello shot. Yeah.
No, they're
Couldn't think of a
Georgia
damn term.
shots. Thank you very much.
Sling and pull as an action.
Mm-hmm.
Light as an action.
Mm-hmm.
Throw.
Fire.
My
Okay.
second torch. Yeah.
Roll the hit. -1. Or -2. Sorry, -2.
Minus
-2.
3.
And then -1 from the stress. So 3
I
in
was
total.
stressed.
Yes, you were. Everybody, when this thing fell, the first thing I said was you all take stress.
Yep.
Oh, the big thing. I
Yes.
missed that. I'm sorry.
Yes. When you get 3, you can take a hit. And anyway, the rules are in there. We know what it is.
Yeah. No, I saw
I'll
that.
explain it afterwards. Peach schnapps. I mean, maybe. There might be peach schnapps inside. Do you want to dig around and find out?
No, like a Georgia shot should be
I get it.
SoCo.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you get it. SoCo, peach schnapps, my lord. I think it's perfect.
Until you added that Malort, nothing. You can't fix that.
It's fine.
Roll the hit, Drew. What you got?
17 to hit.
Well, that does hit me because I'm large. I can't make
Cool.
the token bigger right now. So give me your D6, and I take 30 fire.
6 points of damage.
All right, this is 36. It bursts into flame, but it does not die. Are you out of actions?
Full light. Yes.
All right, I'm going to take its round to end our show tonight. First, 42 is a 19. Is that correct?
My fortitude is
no,
an 18.
not yours. Hers. 42 DC is 19.
Oh.
That it is, yes.
You see it swell and flail out with all the mouths like the inside of fabric as it wraps around her.
Actually, I don't see that.
It's concealment, not total darkness. You can still see, right? Through it. Can he see you, Allie?
No, it obscures
Yeah.
vision, I thought.
It's obscured,
I
it's
think
not
it's
concealment. Is it total concealment?
Pulling that up.
If it's not, you don't
Concealed.
see anything, and I can't wait, because that's even worse.
It's concealed.
That's not what my question was. Concealed.
It's also, yes, concealed, but also concentration. So I would think,
That's not your
that
turn
there would-
yet.
okay, fair.
And concealed, you can still be observed.
You
but
can
you're
be
tough to
observed.
Target.
Yep, that's what I thought. So you could see the shadow of her get consumed. You see the tendrils wrap around, and you see all the bones go out and in. Georgia,
Maybe a little miss.
I already made it. I sucked her in. It's damage from the grapple. You take 16 points of piercing damage. Okay. The mouths start gnashing and biting. and pulling at you, at your skin, at your face, your nose, trying its best to like devour you inside of itself. That was my 2 action. My other action, a tendril will whip and try to hit your brother. I don't think a 16 hits you. Swishes through, and now I have to make a flat 5 as well, which I failed. I rolled a 1. Totally miss you. Swings above your head with the tendril. Busts part of the walls. Inside of the pool room, the billiard room, you can hear something crush and break and chaos going on in the main lobby. Down below, this thing is crawling towards this veil to go in. You see a 6-figured hand reach out to the creature out of the veil and grab like onto like that. It's like amorphous body and pull it in. Right now, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, only Burke is looking in, correct? Burke, I need a will save from you.
There isn't purple lightning in this thing, is there?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Remember how I said earlier I should have saved my patch for?
Would you like a
saving
superstition?
throw?
Would you like to end our show on a superstition, Burke?
Yeah, because this is definitely going to be a quick fail if I don't.
That's not good.
Now, Nessie has gone to bed, but Nessie did offer a patch earlier in the show and reminded us of it recently. Has anyone used that patch?
No.
I think so. I used mine from serving.
Would you like to use it? Would you
I'd
like
like
to?
to use Nessie's patch, please.
Fine.
Thank you, Nessie.
Fine.
Oh, much better. That's 10 higher than what I had before, so that means this is a will save of 20.
A 20. You see the hand reach out, and the 6 fingers, it splits in the middle. Like down far, and it splits, and it grabs onto it and pulls in. You see a large, I would say almost like a mouth on the end of an arm, bite onto it and start to like suck it down like liquid through a straw. And you start hearing chanting on the other side. You don't fail the save from the chant going on, which is good. And in another language, the only thing that is audible out of it is the liquidy wet sound of people chanting Golthok, Golthok, Golthok over and over. Outside, the lightning has stopped. And you believe it's coming from the portal, but there is an echo of it again outside of the building. You're hearing it like someone on a phone in a room with you. Golthok. Everyone in the house needs to make me a will save besides Allie. DC's not hard for this because you're inside the building.
Will save?
Will save. Looking for, well, I didn't tell you, you're looking for 16s.
I got that on the
Guess I
die,
was-
23.
Okay.
I guess I was destined to get that 10 after all.
I got a natural 20.
Or sorry,
Critical.
25.
You're good there.
Nice.
The marasma that was around Lysynthia is gone. Regdirk no longer smells the sickness on anyone. It's gone. You do not smell anything but the weird, wet, like rotting skin smell of the creature devouring your sister right now. Inside of the chamber, where Georgia is, I'm going to go to me and Georgia. I need you guys to take your headphones off. Oh, wave bye, though. Wave bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
everybody.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching us tonight.
Yup.
Thanks for the cards.
Yup.
To see what new characters everyone has next week.
Right? So, as this wet slurping continues, I'm going to bring Allie on in a sec. Out of one of the mouths, it opens wide like a door. And you hear the Golthok sound that you did not hear before. The chanting continues as a hand reaches out and it splits in the middle and it goes to touch you. You feel an imminent presence of something stronger than you, like that feeling of being in front of somebody that just is unnatural. You can either take the touch, or you can try to cut your way out of this sphere that you're in.
Oh,
If you
Lord.
take the touch, I will offer you and give you a level, but you must worship Golthok. Or you can cut your way out and not be under the reign of an aberrational creature.
God damn it.
This is not a good yes and.
No, it's not.
It's a good flee and.
But also, who doesn't love a level in Warlock ? Asterisk?
There's no warlock in Pathfinder, so that's not a thing.
Ooh, true story. So honestly, okay, so I'm gonna go not so metagamey. I'm gonna go very realistic.
That's cool. You
Georgia
can tell
has-
him next week. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great evening. For those who bought all the Streamloot cards tonight, that was amazing. We have a lot of amazing cards that we're going to go over behind the screen. We're going to jump into the secret chat. For those who know what that is in Discord, come join us over in Secret Time. We're going to go over the cards, talk about some of the rare things that we got. And I think we're going to start our next show, well, obviously with whatever happens to Allie, but I think the merchant's going to show up. And for those who've seen the previous seasons, you're going to love the merchant. If you're watching this on YouTube later, down below, leave a comment. I promise this is going to be a great 3-episode start to our season before we take our holiday break. On this side, there's going to be a little thing to click. It's to join us. Follow EFP. You'll know when everything's live. Over on that side there's going to be a video to watch. It's probably going to be either the other seasons. Maybe John Wick will be there. And if you're not in our Discord, down below, I just put it up. Click that and join us. We play games all the time. I just did a play test for Walking Dead. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for the cards. We'll be back next week with the conclusion for my version of The Thing. Have a great night, everybody.